Oh gosh.
Welcome to the audio show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to your favorite night, moderator night. Well, one of your favorite nights, because there are many favorite nights. I'm sure you guys have. Good evening, moderators. Big up on yourself. Welcome in. Just
Big
welcome
up
the people.
yourself, O'Neil. Big up yourself.
I am here. I'm here. We're going to get into it. Shamin asked me, what am I getting into? If it is warm and cozy.
You said you're jumping into something. You're not saying
When I have to jump
in. You said you were jumping into
I'm
something.
gonna have to jump in
And
there,
I
Shamin.
asked you if it is wide and deep and warm. That's what
We
I
can't
asked.
too deep.
The ocean. The
The
ocean.
what?
The ocean.
We have started the live stream with a mess. But you know what? Hey, I don't mind. Hey, you know what? I don't mind at all. Good evening to the people coming in and streaming in. How are y'all today? How are y'all today? On a day, friend Amber, because I mean, Amber fans have been looking forward to from last week. They've been looking forward to Shami and Nanya, and especially Sharon reviews to see exactly, if them can correct O'Neil.
I'm defending
what?
Anthony tonight.
Oh, what? What does Nanya have to say about that?
Oh God!
Nanya,
what
Trust
about
me.
Auntie Shaman?
Yes.
You don't want to know. If I ever need a defense attorney, I'm coming to find her. I'm coming to Miami to get Shaman to defend me because she's gonna make me innocent.
You know who does that too? Angela.
Let's not forget Shaman's. Shaman, don't forget what you think about the Dave situation.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave that with
scenario.
you. Don't forget, Shaman has a great.
I'm gonna get you in there, Dave, because
I just don't want her to forget it. It's
sure.
really good.
No. I'm gonna need it for sure. Good evening, chat. Good evening from us here at the channel itself. We have our one deck on journey. One deck on one journey on deck. We have Sharon reviews on deck. We have Sharon on deck. We have Nanya Sis on deck, and I believe we're gonna have Goddess. I think Goddess was in, but she was out, but she's gonna come back in.
Okay.
And awesome. I know you ladies are tired because I know you ladies have been on for all day. So don't worry yourself. If you need to take a little coffee break or whatever type of break y'all need to take, you just can take it because I know y'all have been on the entire day. That's fine. So don't worry. I do understand. Let me put you up here on journey. Okay, let me get the minor things out of the way first. Let me get the minor things out of the way. Hey. I'm not even going to play the video, but I want to just put it at the front. Delicia and Iman are out in public. Sharon reviews, you can start first. Sharon reviews. Delicia and Iman are out in public. You pass for now. All right, no problem. Nanya, you want to start? Go ahead. Delicia and Iman out in public.
I like it. No, okay. I called it actually months ago. I said she would be at the championship games. That's the first thing. The second thing is that that was the Staples Center, and I made a really short video of a picture of it because I know where it is on the all as you do, and I took a couple of pictures from inside and I posted it because I think it's a beautiful place. And as far as they'll be on the 11 o'clock. They'll be on 11 o'clock film tonight. And Shayla's going to see it. I do think that Shayla's going to show up in LA. And she's going to see Delicia and Iman And I actually think Delicia and Iman make a great couple. They're evenly yoked. Think what you want to think about what Delicia is doing. She does seem to fit him better, and especially his lifestyle.
Okay. Okay. No problem. I mean, they can go next. No problem with that.
Me?
Yeah. What do you think?
Okay, so yesterday when Delicia landed in LA and she called Shayla, well, Shayla called
Mm-hmm.
her and she told Shayla that she's going to style Iman. And we were on a live with Nadia and Sharon, and I said to them, why do you
Mm-hmm.
think that is important for Delicia to tell Shayla that she was going to style Iman?
Mm.
And then I said to them, because this is going to be their perfect cover. If they are seen anywhere, the only thing Shayla is going to have in the back of her mind is no, it's a
Mm-hmm.
man stylist. Delisa is a man stylist. So she's not going to think anything of it. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the reason she had called to say she was going to style Iman, because you hear Iman saying it last night that I'm out with
Mm-hmm.
my stylist. So they
Mm-hmm.
gave them a perfect cover from, because now if Candice even had called Shayla would say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's all right, Delisa is a man stylist. And that's what
There you
she was
go.
doing. So they have a perfect cover for now. For
For
now, no
right
matter
now.
what anybody is looking at, in the back of Shayla mind, Delicia is Iman's stylist, and she was the one who turned Delicia onto Iman. So it's not going to put up any red flag for Shayla
At this time,
at this
I have
time.
a, I have a comment from Moneylaw, and I think you can take it, Charmin. Moneylaw says, "How y'all hate Anthony but love Iman? He did the same thing that Anthony did." Respond to that comment.
Okay, so what you mean the same thing that Iman Anthony did? Anthony was married. Iman was not married. So whatever
Okay.
Iman is doing, he's doing it as a single man. Anthony was
Mm-hmm.
doing it as a married man. So that's the vast difference.
That's the difference.
That's the
Okay, no
difference.
problem. That's the difference. Me like that. I do agree with that. You know, that's my son it as well. I think Anthony married, so Anthony can't really be. Anthony can't be lumped in it. It's for it. Okay, it's the same comment I give Amber and others who are not married. Them not married, so you can't get in a married thing. Married people have different ways. The book is different. The rule book different. When single, the rule book different from when you're married. That's what I believe as well. So, but nonetheless, hey, I wanted to get onto that one journey. I'm gonna get you inside of the comment. Do you like Delicia coming out in public with Iman?
Is that for me?
Yes, that's for you.
Um, what was very interesting to me about that
Mm-hmm.
particular thing is
Mm-hmm.
that what he taught her. He says,
Mm-hmm.
don't ask for permission, but ask for forgiveness. That is
Mm-hmm.
deep evil. Oh my God.
Actually,
That
I was
means
taught that.
he can do anything he wants to, anything he
Mm-hmm.
wants to without permission, but he will definitely come back for, can you forgive me? And men know women will forgive. Men will not forgive. So
Mm-hmm.
I
True.
remember when my cousin taught me this, my male cousin taught me this. So I would ask a guy, would you forgive me? And once they said no, I said, you have your answer. Because if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not allowed to be forgiven, why should you? And
True.
they definitely try you with inappropriate things and because they know, oh, they'll forgive me. They're like mommy. And this man and this girl, woo, it passed right over her head. I'm not asking for permission, but I will ask for forgiveness. She missed it. So I don't think he's given up the other women's all around the world. Like the Jamaican song says, girls everywhere.
I like that. I like that. I like that summation. Go ahead. Sharon reviews is your time. Come step up to the plate, please. And someone says Iman is nothing like Anthony. You can respond to that. Angela Phillips said that. Sharon reviews. I think you're mute. There you go. Hold on. Let me see if your mic. Give me one moment, friends. Your mic mute, Sharon reviews. I don't know what's
Yes.
on. There you go. There you go. Oops, sorry. I muted it again. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's me muted myself. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So You remember where guy was saying Trailer Girl?
Shabaranks.
Yeah.
Shabaranks.
Trailer Girl. Girls everywhere. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what Iman is trained these three women to believe. I don't know about Sabrina, but he trained
Mm-hmm.
Shayla well. And he has Delicia, where he exactly
Mm-hmm.
want her. And Anthony
Mm-hmm.
and Iman is not alike because Iman has three women and Anthony has only one, and that is his wife. He did have a side
Mm-hmm.
piece that is two, but she's not
Mm-hmm.
available right now. So they're
Mm-hmm.
not the same.
They're
But
not the same.
Iman definitely trained Shayla not to ask question. No, Delicia and Charmaine is absolutely correct. That is why Delicia called Shayla just in case she's being seen in LA and Shayla won't think anything of it. But if her mother see that video and tell her something, she's gonna start looking into it. And her mother will be the one who tells her what's going on. Let's see if Shayla will understand or she'll just be clueless like Anthony was getting contact and pretend like I Shayla was not I as a kite. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to see if Shayla show up or maybe Shayla just relaxing. But if I was Shayla and I saw
Mm-hmm.
that, I would be on the next flight out. Trust me. Because I'm like that, I will just go surprise the
Mm-hmm.
person just to see what's going on. I won't even tell them I'm coming. I'll just show up.
You don't just show up.
Yeah, man, would I just show up?
Show up where? Shayla doesn't know exactly where Iman is.
Well, if Shayla is smart, she should start turn on his location without him knowing.
He
Una do
has to
them something
share
there
the,
too.
he has to share the, no, but he has to share the
No, I
location.
don't do that. But I'm
Yeah,
saying Shayla should turn
no, he has
his
to share the
location
location.
on.
No, he has to share it for her to be able to.
But if he's sleeping, remember she said she's going to go into his phone and so maybe she's going to start doing that. You never know. As long as you don't tell Delicia. If the mom sees that, I know for sure the mom is on to Delicia. And if she see that, and if Shayla saw what I saw last night when Delicia crossed her legs, stick it underneath Iman, and Iman face come closer to hers, it's more, it's only thing left for them to do was the kiss. And
Mm.
if you see that interaction, that chemistry, Shayla would know something is into something because she have a ring on her finger and she wants to know who it is. So maybe it will click and then we will see Shayla go crazy like oh Melissa is going crazy right now.
We're getting a Melissa and a little bit. I'm just checking, but okay, all right. So that's the way I'll got. Okay, I will say this. When it comes to Iman and Delicia and Shayla, I'll say this. Iman has been dropping a lot of nuggets, and the women haven't listened.
No.
I will say that, and that's why I don't. One of them is yes. What one journey said, I did catch that as well too. When Iman said the whole thing with the forgiveness, a man is telling you right off of the cuff he's going to do things.
Yeah.
Telling you, like him, I tell you right off of the cuff. Now, whether you're listening or not, that's up to you. But he is telling you. Then when he says to Shayla that it would be best for her to go be with her big father, you don't tell somebody that in a relationship if you're really serious about them. So the mere fact that he's actually telling them that right off of the cuff, he's been saying these things to all of them. Then he has the other girl. What's her name? Sabrina. And he tells Sabrina, well, him have this other girl. So come on, like he has been saying things to all of them. It's not like it's not like him just, okay, have them and he's not dropping any hints. Every time him they're on them, he drops these hints, but they don't take the hint. You know what I mean? Because they're just in love and I'm just starstruck. So that's why I'm not so, I can't really fault him because I'm like, well, come on, ladies, let's see what's going on. You kind of get the play. I mean, you get the play. If some woman is telling you she going to put you in the friend zone all the time, you know what's going on. She say, well, you know, you're such a nice guy, but you know what? No, don't worry about it. You know, you don't. you just know. You just know when you're in that type of space and you're not in the space that you're talking about, or whatever you're thinking is not actually there. Go ahead, Shaman. You're saying something.
You said something very interesting. I mean, the whole thing with asking for permission and better ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. My supervisor tell me that all the time. It's something to cover themselves with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've heard that many times. So the thing he said to her this morning is that no matter what, he wants her to promise him that she's always going to be at his side. No matter what, she's supposed to think, why is he telling me that? Because it doesn't matter what is going to happen.
Yeah, there
Whether
you go.
it's Brina, whether it's Shayla, whatever, just promise me that you're always going to be at my side. So if
Wow.
she promised
Correct.
that, all he's going to say when anything happens, remember you promised me that you were always going to be
There you
at my
go.
side. Just like Anthony used to say to Shayla, you
There
said
you
you
go.
were going to be my peace. It doesn't matter what
There you
happened.
go.
Same thing.
You said you were going to be my peace. And everybody just get quiet. That's all
There you go.
man is doing. You
There you
said you
go.
were always going to be by my side.
Mm-hmm.
So he has put her on notice already. But
I
she's so
agree. I agree.
happy that she's went to the game last night and she's whatever. So now when she goes back to Shayla house and see him there with Shayla, what is she going to do? Because if she even talk to him, he's going to say, you said you were going to be by my side no matter what. That's all he's going to say to her.
Correct. He's gonna always say that. He's gonna always use that.
First,
Have a
He's gonna
comment.
always use that. You know what I mean? He's gonna go ahead, Nanya. Go ahead. Go ahead. Then I'll read some comments. Go
Just
ahead.
in regard to what Shaman said, he did tell. I think I forgot what I was going to say. He did say something. Oh, he told Delicia the night they were getting dressed for the game that he is basically working on a way to get away from Shayla. And Delicia bought it. I wouldn't have bought it, but Delicia said, basically, okay. And I will say one more time that Iman is a single man. And if they agree to do what they're doing, that is all on them. He is
That's correct.
single. He owes them nothing except whatever he's giving that works for them, and he's making them happy. We don't like it. I don't know. I don't. But he's giving them a piece of himself, and that's his game. They want to play it. They break down in tears. That's on them. Too bad. I feel no sympathy for the girls whatsoever. Amon's going to run into a brick wall pretty soon. But right now, those three women that we know of, if they get hurt, they get hurt. And I'm not going to be mad at him because he shouldn't have played this game. He is who he is. He's single. He's rich. And they want to be groupies. So they could have said no.
That's what I said. That's what I said as well. I like that. That's kind of why I don't really. You want to go in on Iman, but and then every single time I look at it when I'm trying to comment, I'm like, but he kind of been telling them those, so they should have been seeing what he's been saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, he's been saying this and he's been saying that, and then I'm like, but you still stayed after this and you still stayed after that, so you really can't really say much of that. Let me read a couple of comments and then we'll get into the next segment in itself. So someone says, I don't think. Well, no, I'm not going to give that one yet. No Amber yet. No Amber yet, guys. Iman and Anthony are completely different because I want to make sure we have the time to get into it. I'm gonna give us the time. Why do y'all think Iman got divorced? That's a good question. I'm gonna ask that. Give me just one moment.
I got an answer.
Hold on to your answer. Let me do a couple and then we see. So someone says, how are they different? Didn't Iman get divorced for cheating also? Okay. Someone says something for that. Someone says Iman acts like an athlete. They will have all of the women in their room together, each feeling like they're number one and all knowing and talking about each other. Anthony can't do that. That's correct. That's the difference. If Iman was with Amber doing the same thing to her, y'all would hate him. We wouldn't like the fact that Amber would be with him. That's what we wouldn't like. That's what we wouldn't like. That's what we wouldn't like, because we wouldn't like the fact that Amber would put herself in that position. That's what we wouldn't like. But hey, that's me. Maybe I'm gonna let y'all respond eventually. Somebody says Iman is a single man. He can see whoever he wants. That is correct. He's single. I think Iman really got divorced because he changed after he had to retire. He didn't get picked back up and started acting a little different. I think that was the real trigger, because they did threesomes. Okay, doing threesomes. That's a good question. Iman told them he wants multiple women. He has told them that too. He has told them that. Now, I respect the game. If everyone knows still sticks around, hey, how can you be mad at the guy? He has told him he wants multiple men. He has said that. Iman, let them know exactly what it is. Why should Iman came? Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, let me finish out a couple comments. That's what the promise ring is about. She'll always be by always be by his side. Okay, no problem. And then they said, why should Iman turn on his location when he knows he's cheating on Shayla? Okay, let's see what this. Plus, Shayla's crazy. Then the next piece is, this was ridiculous. Where were the skits of Shayla and Angelina crashing out today? They played the audience. They will brush this and keep up the same foolishness. Somebody else says Iman said that they are free in LA, but they have to come around in Atlanta. Okay, no problem with that. And then somebody says, so when the next man cheats on Amber and they aren't married, I don't want to hear nothing at all.
Money love.
Someone says, why y'all say Iman single? Why y'all say Amber was single when she slept with Anthony, when she slept on Anthony? All right, interesting. He doesn't owe Shayla anything because she agreed to be his situation. And yes, Delicia is wrong for living in her house and doing that, but karma is a reverse psychology for her. Okay, and then let me see if I can get two more, and then that should be it. I'm gonna get your Amber one in a little bit. Let me get this last one. Shayla thought that she would be shown off at courtside and TV for everyone to see her and make blogs. Instead, that perk went to Delicia. All right, Charmaine, get into it. Why you think Iman want to get married? Whatever you wanted to answer. You say you know why Iman.
No, it was Nana who said it. You know why he got divorced.
Why did he get divorced?
He was cheating on his wife.
He cheated for 10 years on
10 years.
His wife. 10.
Yeah.
10. And
10?
and when she found out, she started investing in herself and the kids. She bought 4 properties that the courts let her keep. She had receipts of his cheating. Their marriage was all in the tabloids and TV everywhere.
And it's public.
It's public, yes. And again, she had the receipts. She bought properties. She worked on her career. She did everything to make sure, because she came to the marriage with $5 million. So she made sure that she was set up, and she made sure she cleaned his pockets when he left.
How much you leave with? How much money she got after?
I think he has 15 million now. I don't know what he had at the time.
It's on the internet.
It's on the internet. I haven't looked lately.
O'Neill.
But he was paying $8,000 in child support. He went to court and they reduced it based on the money inequality. Even though they gave her what they gave her, he went back to court and had it reduced some for the 2 daughters.
For the 2 daughters. Someone asked you can answer this. Someone asked this question on it, so you can answer them. They said, O'Neill, y'all think King watched a game last night?
I hope so.
If he's a fan,
yes, I think King watched the game last night. I definitely think so. And he's gonna see them on the 11 p.m. film as well. Shayla's gonna see him on the replays today. But like Shaman said, she's not gonna think anything of it. She won't like it that Delicia was there. And she's going to say, well, you didn't follow the chain of command and tell me Delicia was going to the game with you. She will say that.
She'll say that.
Yeah.
But remember King know about Delicia and Iman. So it's not a secret. King knows about it because the last thing King said to her was that I'm not going to take you to the airport another time for you to go and to see another man. So it's not a secret where King is concerned. So seeing that, he'll just say, okay, you make your choice and just move on.
Plus, King only spent up a couple dollars anyways. I mean, he spent $20 for one date and the next one.
Every date
Almost
is
Neil.
run.
$40.
Every date is comped.
Not even two
I
patty
think it's
$20
comped. I don't
camber.
think you
Not
spend
even two
anything
party.
on her.
Not even
Listen to
two
me.
patty you can get with $20
Yeah,
right
man.
now.
Look here, if you're gonna get rid of a girl for $50, you know want to get rid of them or a man for $50. If you want to know, say, you know what, I did this $50 and I invested in
Yeah.
it and I realized that they're no good, and all it cost was $50. You let me answer the because would you invest $50 to know if a man or a woman is not good? That is the question.
It's only $50, so yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Nah, I lose nothing.
Yes.
Sharing the views.
Yes.
Well, why
What's the
you should
question?
invest? Would you invest $50 to know that a man is no good?
No.
No. How much would you invest in? That means you'd want to have a man be tricking around the place, and you know one, and it costs you a lot of money. That's what we're saying, because right now King only spend about what, $50. We're saying it's $50. I'm gonna say it's $50. I don't know. He spent 20 here, maybe $10 somewhere else. So it's $50. He spent $50 and found that the girl no good. Right? Just like you. What if you had a man
Yeah.
around and you spend $50 and you find out he's no good? You don't want to spend $50?
Yeah, so better me spend the $50 than spend 100 million or whatever, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I think she dropped the
Yes.
ball right there because I think King is have money,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she dropped the ball with King.
You think he
King
have money?
gave her no offer.
No, he didn't give her no offer. But you know what? He knows what the woman like her, what he sees her, and he's just testing to make sure that she was the right one for him. So I guess she wasn't the right one for him because she chose him on over
Exactly.
him.
Yes, exactly. But you see, okay, I like what One Journey is saying. My only thing I would say is this: he maybe gave her no offer because he saw that she probably wasn't serious, and she was into him. Because if a man pick up, say, if a man, well, not every man, because boys not get it. It's not, but for the most part, a sane man realize that a woman is not giving him any vibe at all.
Yeah.
Right? Then it is best him really not go invest as much as you would want to invest. Now you do have clowns who keep investing and then keep pouring in and then realize that it's not working, but they still do it, right? So I think that, to be very, very fair with you, King was pretty smart at what he did, because I mean investment is low, so the heartbreak less. Than you know what I mean, you've been spending on a bunch of restaurants and you're buying this and you're buying that and you buy this, buy that, and then you two you find out you're owed $50,000 and you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
Not even smell the pum pum.
Like where's Dan? Have you guys seen Dan?
We have not seen Dan.
Okay.
We have not seen Dan. Dan has been following Lauren around. That's what Dan has been doing.
I'm glad.
Dan stand a better chance of smelling it than King.
King has not got a chance. I think, I don't know. We asked the panelists, was King unfairly treated? Was King unfairly treated?
Yes.
No, because
by Delicia?
No, I want to say that because she did tell him about him, man, from the beginning. She told him about this guy that she was in a situationship with, and about the guy Shayla, and that he was seen. I mean, he was with Shayla, so she put all her cards on the table. So she did not treat him anyway. Kim did not spend anything, $20, and so no. Oh, he took her to dinner. I remember I took her to this. Was it a Jamaican restaurant or a Caribbean restaurant? They went to dinner, but no, she had laid her cards out on the table in the beginning. So no.
No, okay. Go ahead, Nanya. You're getting in. Go ahead into it.
I was just gonna say for King, King does a lot of, he receives a lot of complimentary gifts, right? So he may have spent $20 or $30. So the spa was probably complimented. Everything they did except the biking was probably complimented. Even the dinner was a compliment, because they were supposed to go, she expected to go someplace else, and he
Mm-hmm.
took her to this place that he quote really liked, or however he put it. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that because he is a top content creator, he
Yeah.
may
He
not have
is.
even spent $50. Everything's free.
Hmm.
It's complimented to him. So he can use it with any woman he wants and not spend his own money. Just
Makes
my
sense.
thought.
Mommy has a super chat. Mommy says King also saw Delicia hanging out with a gold digger, so he moved with caution.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What do y'all think?
That's true.
Yeah.
Because he know that Delicia was not sorry. He
Hmm.
knows that Lauren was a gold digger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Scammer. She's a big one.
So him just relax out. That's what they're saying basically. They must say, hey, it is what it is. Somebody said King looked good with Delicia already. King would have to spend a lots of money, but she would keep both of them. Somebody says that's what dating is. You see, if you like someone, that doesn't mean that you have to be with that person. They weren't
Mhm.
committed to each other. No problem. Hey, I understand. That's why I'm asking you a question. Delta loves the $15,000 because I agree with that to mommy. I think that I liked the King thing of dating because I feel like get to know the personnel to see exactly if you like them. People can pretend for too long. Some, not everybody. Let me say that because some people pretend very long, right? Like you asked Anthony. I
Yes.
say Anthony pretend long, so so
Yes.
some can pretend very long. But for most part, you don't really pretend very long. Your true sentiments will show up. So I mean, I guess that's what that is. All right, let
Mhm.
me shift gears into where we need to be. Some people are asking about Dan. Friends, we don't know where Dan is. Dan is still at the same spot. He's still following Lauren around. That's what's good. That's what Dan is doing. Dan is following Lauren around. That's basically Dan's motive right now at this point in time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me jump into the bigger fish today now. Let me jump into the big fish today now and get into the business of things. So let me start by asking, what should your girl do? Because when we say a girl, I don't know what we're talking, and it's one girl. One girl is one girl. You understand? When we say girl, it's one girl we're talking about.
I know you're a girl
Should
though.
Anna my girl?
No, you give
Anna
up
my
that
girl. Let me
right. You give up that right when you start to side with Anthony.
Lord, you see me aside him. I'm asking. Let me get into it. Should should Amber go to Charlotte with Dave? That's a question. Whoever wants to start first, you can go on and tell me I want to think about that.
I'll take
I,
it.
I, I, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. No, 130. Go ahead. I'd like to hear
I
you.
think that she should call her lawyer, tell her lawyer that, hey, because the lawyers are talking and negotiating. And when they get to a certain point that is good, they will
Mm-hmm.
contact them both. Or they have to contact their lawyer and say, can you push it along, move it along?
Mm-hmm.
However, what Amber needs to do is
Mm-hmm.
contact her lawyer and hey, listen, this, this, and the other. Because her best
Mm-hmm.
friend that's gone now, Brittany, did tell her about
Mm-hmm.
objects or how people observe things or see things. And then next thing you know, you have a testimony against you. And
Mm-hmm.
she's not playing smart. And I would ask my lawyer, hey,
Mm-hmm.
listen, I'm going to do this, that, or the other because they're not approved yet to be pumping
Mm-hmm.
or really out and about with someone else. Yes, it's under
Okay.
the cloak of a business trip, but who else is on that trip? We know the main assistant is not going to be there. What other company is
Mm-hmm.
going to be there? What is the
Mm-hmm.
number? How this is a meeting for small businesses that need to build. That's what he said. That was the narrative he gave her. So yeah, sure,
Mm-hmm.
go on the trip, but I would definitely because she knows something is stirring on the inside, but she has
Mm-hmm.
not investigated anything. Just like his assistant, 10 years, you've not. Remember, we always say investigate everyone around you. Ask those double H questions that have open, ended questions so that you have detail. You can't walk around
Mm-hmm.
for 11 years and talk about, I want to marry Michael Jackson, and you don't even know he's dead. So, women, men need to ask the open-ended question like King did.
Mm-hmm.
Do the interview. So you will know what you're dealing with, and you're not waiting 10 years for something that's never coming back.
Mhm.
You know, and
Okay.
in Jamaican, they used to say, don't run after anything that's not running after you. So yeah, that's where we are.
So that's what you're saying. I one journey. She should go.
I think she should consult her lawyer and say, "Hey, I'm going on
Okay.
this trip,
Right.
and are we really attracted to each other? We have good rhythm, good blah blah blah. We don't want to
Mm-hmm.
fumble the bag." And she has
Mm-hmm.
no girlfriend advisor. This is a strange person, a lawyer. You're not friends. You don't hang out with that lawyer. You don't have dinner with that lawyer to have chit chat.
Mm-hmm.
You need to communicate with your lawyer. You're in a legal problem. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is not
Mm-hmm.
gossip. This is something that is filed with the courts. And the judge
Mm-hmm.
likes looking at conduct and behavior. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a wound is a long time. 10 years cheating, that's a deep wound. But I don't want Iman to come to the skit with his personal life, but I want him to come as Iman, the character. I don't want his personal life to spill over into the skit. That's why he no longer uses his house. He's not using his home now because that's part of his personal life. So they can't really, do skits there anymore because the character is not about Iman the boom, boom, boom. It's a fraction of it, but not the truth.
Okay, so
Hold on, Charmin. Don't worry. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna get you in there. Let me just make sure some make you see the answers. Money last come front Amber fan say, "Oh, no, at the front already." Somebody says no, no, they shouldn't. No, my girl Amber. No, somebody else says no. It's everybody's girl. No, I said let you know be no. Yes, I think she can go. Somebody says no, no. Amber needs to stay home. Delhi said like $15,000. Yes, she should. No, no, she should stay home. Yes, she should go.
Wow.
Call her lawyer. Oh my, oh my, oh my God, man. Just say no. O'Neill, you don't love Amber the way that you beat her up so much. Then somebody else says she should contact the lawyer for a legal separation. Someone else says Anthony and Amber marriage is over. Someone else says no. Goddess says no. Go ahead, Charmin. Get into it.
okay,
And then
so
Nanya comment. Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to
Okay.
say I'm going to elaborate on something one journey was saying about investigate
Mm-hmm.
and do the interview. You know how many people lies on their interview when they go to do an interview. So you doing an interview with somebody does not mean that you're going to glean every truth that is for with that person,
I
because
agree.
I know a lot of people who do interviews and their resume is full of lies,
Yes,
but nobody is investigating it to know that half of the stuff on their resume never happened. So,
Your
correct.
life.
so, so, so that part. So regarding the Amber and what's his name, Dave.
Uh,
Yes.
uh, yeah.
I did not have a problem with it at first when
Mm-hmm.
because it was under the guise of a business trip. I didn't have a problem with
Mm-hmm.
it. It's a business trip, and
Mm-hmm.
they're in business. They have a contract saying they're in business.
Yeah.
Amber
Mm-hmm.
is paying this man $3,000 something a month. They're in business.
Mm-hmm.
So there is
Yes.
nothing to say that they are not in business. So if he said, "Oh, we are going on a business trip," they can
Mm-hmm.
actually go on a business trip. The part that I have a problem with, when Amber
Mm-hmm.
start doubting herself and wanting to change her mind, that is the
Mm-hmm.
part I'm saying. If she reached that stage where she's saying, maybe I should not go on this trip with Dave, that means she is her conscience. Something else is bothering her why she does not want to go. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe she should stay home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get you right in there. I'm Nanya. Don't worry yourself. Let me read some comments and I'm gonna get you right in there. This is
What
not
about
this
you?
is hold on. I'm gonna get you in there, sharing reviews. Give me 1 moment. I'm gonna get in Nanya first, and then you go in sharing reviews. Right after Nanya. So you're going there. This is not a business trip. Somebody says, I don't have a problem with Amber going, but now she's having reservations and I don't think she should go. I would
Exactly.
go to Charlotte with Dave. Someone else. Dave is going to make Amber cheat or rush it and settle for less than she could really get from him. Mhm. Someone else says, Anthony question where she's going tomorrow when she leaves after the workout, which I think she's gonna go. Somebody else says no. I say it's her safety. She doesn't know this man long enough to stay at his home by themselves. Plus, the optics is bad. O'Neill, come on, man, call her lawyer. Somebody says, too late. They got her, the phone records of Amber is done. That is
That's
Martha.
true.
The money says exactly no. Somebody else
Yeah,
says Amber does
conduct.
not know much about him. I've seen Dave avoid personal questions. Someone says
Correct.
darn meeting. Next person says Delicia. Well, that's the Delicia one, and it says I love that take one journey. Let's get it. Laughing stylist. Yeah, okay. Somebody says Amber doesn't know nothing about Dave. Just ask Anthony. Okay, thank you. And then I'll give one more chat. It says perhaps. Well, that's an Iman one. I'll just read the super chat and then Nanya, it's all you. You're gonna jump right in here. Then after that, read comments and Sharon going after that. If Melissa was going, I would say yes, but she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Amber shouldn't go. She doesn't know Dave enough to be alone with him. It's a safety issue. Trap Star, thank you for the super chat. Nanya, you have the floor.
Okay. So
Oh,
I will say that I did not think about what One Journey said today. One Journey, I agree with you 100%. I agree. Let the lawyer know and see what they think. Number two, it is a safety concern. And O'Neill, this one is for you.
for me, what
For
do you know?
you and all these people who say no, she should sit at home and twiddle her thumbs because she's a married woman and she couldn't go anywhere. Don't
No.
forget, I agreed on number one and number two. However,
Yes.
when it comes to double standards, you know how I feel.
What's the
Forget,
double
we're not
standard?
talking about the safety. We're not talking about the attorneys. We're talking about
Right.
double standard. If it was a female asking a man to go and they liked each other, would you all feel the same way about the man as you do the woman? You know how I feel about double standards. So
Correct.
I'm going to leave it at
So you're
that. I
asking me?
agree with One Journey. I agree with the safety concerns, and double standards I do not like. Period.
You don't like that?
Nope.
Let me read the super chat real quick before Sharon Reviews gets in. Just to respond before Sharon Reviews gets in. If it was a man just the same and he was married, remember, we have called Anthony out. Bilderberg boy says Amber is for streets. Father told her that. So that's basically what her father
I'm
said.
sorry. Builder boy, her father told her that based on the little rumor that Amanda circulated and Amber wasn't sleeping with anybody. So that we can pull that tape for you if you want to see it, because that right there is not true.
Okay, so respond here. Let me respond to what you're saying. So if it were a man and we are looking at the skits, just like how we've beaten Anthony up for looking in Delicia's eyes and telling him that he loves her, because we did beat him up. We all beat him up the entire time, and they were out there, him tip, and I had the comments going off and beat him up 24/7 different times, right? Y'all beat him up, and when him do that, then when he goes up at the Shayla house, rightfully so. By the way, agree with the don't think O'Neill is saying Uno shouldn't beat him up. Yes, Uno must beat him up because him out of pocket. When he goes out to be drinking wine with Shayla late at night, him need to beat up. I need to call those things out. When he is over Shayla's house late in the night for no reason at all, same just like a breeze head, him need to beat up. You're not supposed to over your baby mother house because you know anything liable to happen. You never know what can happen. Plus, you know Shayla he needs to beat up. So O'Neill has been calling those things out from day one. In fact, I have videos of them on my channel of that particular. So now it is Amber's turn. She's now getting a chance of the same things that Anthony was beaten up for by the audience or their audience and Amber fans. She's being called out for those. So that's what people are calling out. They're calling that out because they see the way how Anthony has been. But go ahead and respond, Nanya. Go ahead and respond.
I'd like somebody to tell me what Amber has done other than gone to dinner, flirted, and that's it. You haven't seen any kisses. You haven't seen any body language, hugging and kikiing all together, and you haven't seen any of that yet. They are attracted to each other.
Yeah.
And so Amber needs to remember her vows when she goes, if she goes, remember her and we're saying Dave is safe, okay? Remember her vows. Remember she's married, and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, and come
Why
back
am I
home with
about?
Plus
a lot.
the attorneys, of course, in safety. But
Yeah, yeah,
she hasn't done anything. Anthony, you cannot say the same. The man's wife was 3 days ago, and
yeah.
he's asking her about her birthday. I'm sorry, Anthony for me is a straight loser. He gets
Yeah,
no
but
passes, none,
yes. So we're
none.
not giving Anthony a pass, but we're giving Amber a pass, and that's
I'll
where
give
O'Neal
Amber a pass
holding.
because they hasn't
Yeah,
done anything. Those are your double
hold
standards,
on.
and I'm not standing on them. No,
Hold on. So this is what the
no.
audience are. Hold on. Here's what the audience is arguing. Here's what them are arguing. I'm not get to each sharing the views because I know I hold up the whole of the time. The audience is arguing. This is exactly what I've been saying to a lot of Amber fans. Don't make it look like we don't know that where Amber is coming from. It make it sound as though Amber has been this just woman that was not Amber Tide, who never was creeping up with a bunch of different people. Hold on. Let me land. Was
Please
never
do.
doing these things. So in other words, she's liable to do all of those things. So
Why?
rather than put yourself back, wait a minute, why?
Why?
Because she's done it
Because
before.
she's a woman.
No, because she's
she
done it
doesn't know how to
before.
keep her legs
No,
closed.
because she's done it before. So just like O'Neal, if O'Neal has been a person who has
O'Neal, you can't don't start talking about you because you bad. You misbehave all the
but
time.
that's why O'Neal has to understand the places he goes, because he knows that him can't afford himself to be in certain spots. Him have to be cautious himself from where he goes. That is what's going on. They might call it the double standard. And they have seen the, sharing reviews. Go ahead and get it. Let me not get too heated. Let's go, sharing reviews. Go ahead.
I'm here to protect you, O'Neal. Yes. So, number one, Amber should have said no. And the reason why I'm saying this, she is still a married woman. And I understand it's a business meeting, but the fact still remain. They are attracted to each other. And since number two, she's in the car, Ernestine called her and she said to Ernestine, I don't think I should go. She's having reservation of not going. And then she go listen to a dumb Ernestine that is for the streets, that is with JMO and Trey the little boy.
Yeah.
And she's going to take that. And also Mike. I hope Amber listen to her intuition, because sometimes people get these discernment like me. I will get these things, and if I hear a voice I don't do it and I don't do it, I'll be okay. But if I don't listen to it, I'm gonna say, my mind tell me not to do that, and I did it anyway. I still only had listened. You understand? So Amber should listen to that and just skip out on that. And Dave, and the safety concern that person just mentioned, Amber don't know Dave that well. If Melissa was going out, then I would say yes. Then she would be okay. But Amber doesn't know. What if she doesn't know if he will come on to her? What if he give her something to drink and stay her, just like what happened to Anthony? You know what I mean? She don't know.
Yeah.
So
we don't know
But
him.
hasn't she come on to Dave? Haven't she come on to Dave though? By telling Dave that you're going to be eating the cinnamon roll, doing the whole thing with whatever.
Oh my
The
God.
tape,
What?
I didn't watch that. You're sure about that, O'Neal?
Real.
Yes.
No,
With cinnamon roll, what Dave said, he want to fat in the right places.
Yeah, but she did. Amber didn't say anything.
Oh, brother.
Stop it, O'Neal. Stop it. Stop it.
Dave tell her to blow out the candle. Him tell her to blow out the light. And you know what that means. When he tell her to blow out the light, and she
nothing more than blow the light. Which light you blowing out, O'Neal? Which light you blowing out? Which light you blowing out? You're not blowing no light?
No.
So you know Amber blow light.
So that Amber should not go. The reason why, when Wayne, Anthony, and Rolanda went, there was no, what you call it here? No sexual attraction. There was no attraction between Anthony and Rolanda or Wayne and Rolanda. This time, and Amber is treading on a very thin line.
Thin.
And
Close
a
to the
very
sun.
thin line.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I said this, I love Amber, and don't come for me, guys. I'm being serious. This is a strong attraction, a very strong attraction.
Is.
She doesn't know this guy. And then Ernestine, she's gonna take advice from crazy Ernestine, who's on the
Crazy.
street. Definitely not.
Yeah.
And furthermore, she don't know Dave that well. And she's keep on saying to Ernestine, but I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, if Amber was so upset with Anthony for not giving her a birthday gift, you ask this man to divorce you. You ask for a divorce.
Correct.
You still expect this man to still turn around and buy you a gift?
Excellent.
That makes no
Talk
sense.
to them, Sharon.
So that means Amber doesn't really want to come out of that marriage. She's just saying
Reach
that
out.
because she's upset. She embarrassed by what other people are saying, and she's telling Shayla, have Anthony. Amber wants her husband, but he's not doing what he needs to do. And today that shows me in that car that Amber still wants Anthony. If Anthony had bought her something, she would have accepted it. But what she tell Ernestine, he curse her out. Oh, and Dave got me that little cinnamon roll, and it was just a little top. So Anthony could have just buy her a box of chocolate. She would have accepted it. And you know what I mean? So as I said, O'Neill, Amber shouldn't go. That Dave have a very strong attraction for Amber. Amber have a very strong attraction for Dave. And she's still a married woman. And this business trip, she doesn't know Dave well. Who's to say what can happen? She should follow her instinct and stay home. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of a business trip. The thing is that, you're not going to know any of these people. You're not taking anyone with you. Most business trips, they say +1, +3, because they know your company. You don't run your company in isolation, and you have more than one person as part of your company. But he offered her no +1, no +2. If it was a +1, she could have taken Ernestine. But when I was talking about the pharmaceutical industry, right? Whenever when you're doing something with them, they always allow a +1 or +2. The educational industry also, the teachers go, but guess what? You can bring your one child or you can bring your spouse. You get what I mean? So, but you pay for your own daycare if the child comes along, because there's so many single, I'm not being negative, but there's so many in our community. There's a lot of single moms, educated, but still single moms. And they, and leaving the kid behind is not always an option that they want. So a lot of the hotels and those inns, they offer childcare.
I'm going to get, go ahead, sir. I wanted to make sure I get this comment in there because I wanted to get you in this comment. Misty says, and after you're done, then I guess Charmaine can respond. Amber was in her car coming back from getting a wax and a new bikini. I'll cut it out. That's what them said. She was getting a wax and a bikini. In other words, she was prettying up the thing. And you will get into it. No, you can get into it eventually, but she was prettying up the little kitty. You see, Dave want the kitty. Go ahead. You know, let only listen on.
I actually didn't pick that up.
Oh,
so
when did she say?
I really can't comment on that because I didn't.
Wait a minute, can't comment.
Drop on him.
I didn't.
I'm sorry, I'm talking. I didn't pick up on that, Miss T. And maybe she said it and I didn't hear it. But I am going to say about Ernestine that, as I mentioned earlier today, Ernestine has convinced Amber to do one thing that I know of, and that was to rent the house to J-Mo. Everything else that Ernestine tells Amber, Amber has never followed direction.
That's good.
Except the J-Mo thing. So when Ernestine called, she was being Ernestine, and I saw that as fluff, to throw it out there to the audience as chum, so that they can have something to chew on.
Okay.
And so you don't believe she's about the Ernestine call. I didn't.
You don't believe she's going, basically. So you don't think she's going?
No, I think she's going. Yes. And And the fact that Dave didn't invite anybody, yeah, he does like her, but he may also be very well testing her because
True.
her parents and his parents were deacons or pastors or whatever they were in the church, pastors. And he knows that she's staunch about marriage. So this may very well be a test for Amber as well.
Oops. I posted the wrong thing.
Shamin, I'm gonna get you in because you need to respond to what it is. Mommy says I wax every week, every 4 weeks. I stop playing. So
Oh,
basically, she's saying that nothing is wrong if Amber waxes.
okay.
It's necessarily because of that why Amber is waxing. That's one super chat. The next one says, and thank you very much, mommy. Here it comes, Bilderberg boy. They and Amber have to do the hokey pokey before this woman admit that Amber has going on with Dave is out of pocket. Meanwhile, she's trying to fleece Anthony for 50%. Give her and Dave a birthday party. That is the super chat right there. So thank you very much, Bilderberg boy.
Oh.
That is for you, Nani. I make a respond because you don't believe. You don't believe said.
I think Builder Boy, I think that comment is
what Bilderberg boy is saying.
I think Builder Boy
O'Neal has been saying
is being himself. He's being himself.
Oh.
I have no words for his comment.
No
I
words.
I have no words. He always talks like that. So,
okay, first of all,
Okay.
Amber Amber has not displayed anything that she wants to play hooky with Dave. Amber, O'Neal, don't go there. The two little things you're talking about. Two little things. The girl blow the light on a candle and said to you getting me fat or whatever. That is nothing.
That is something.
You're trying to look for something that is not there. You have this.
Okay.
You have this everlasting light looking around corners, peeping into holes and all of that because you want to find something that is not there.
You call only a peeping Tom.
I agree, Shaman.
Be working on evidence. If they go to court tomorrow morning, if Amber go to Charlotte with Dave and come back and they go to court, the judge is going to ask for the evidence. So I don't business what anybody want to say. They have to show the proof that Amber was playing hooky or whatever with Dave.
Bring the receipts. If you don't have receipts, exactly, Shaman.
They cannot say anything.
Exactly.
Anything. Next thing, people talking about Amber want 50%. Amber is whatever they accumulate in the marriage, she is entitled to that 50%. And that's the law. That's not what I say.
That's the law.
And let them have their double standards.
The law said, whatever if there was no prenup, whatever you have in that marriage and everything that Anthony has right now was accumulated during the marriage.
Yes.
Everything he has right now was accumulated in this marriage. It doesn't matter if it was 6 months. It doesn't matter if it was 6 months. It doesn't matter if it was 10 years. Amber is still entitled to half of what money or asset is in this marriage that was accumulated in this marriage. The lawyer told Anthony last year, when the first marriage, he said they're going to go all the way back. Your asset, when they're going to look, your financial is going to go all the way back from the first day that you guys were married. So anything you accumulate from the first day of marriage,
correct,
that's what the judge is going to use to give her what she's supposed to get. So it doesn't matter what anybody want to put in any super chat. She's entitled to whatever was accumulated into the marriage, 50% or more.
Correct.
If they're going to go into the whole adultery thing. But
so hold on. Let me give you something along with that. So the law in Georgia, since I use Georgia law because I always use Georgia. And thank you for the super chat, Angela Phillips, and put your comment inside of that. Since you're going to use Georgia is an equitable state, which means there is no set percentage as to what you deserve to get.
Yeah, but guess what? Whatever was accumulated in the marriage, that's what the judge is going to use to divide.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter what they're saying, she's still going to be entitled to money. She's not trying to
Just
fleece
something.
anything. That is her entitlement. Just like we are entitled to our social security when we turn 67, or whoever paid into Medicare entitled to their Medicare when we
Social
turn
security.
65,
Let me
she's
give my wife.
entitled. Some social security. Me get mine at 67 and 3 months. She is entitled to whatever the judge will give her in this marriage. So whatever anybody want to say, I don't care. She's entitled. Whatever the judge see fit to give her, she's entitled to it. And don't walk away from anything. Stay and get what you want, what the judge is giving you.
I agree.
You agree on that? No problem. Let me
It's
dig in on
fact.
this.
Yeah.
It's equitable distribution. I know what you're saying, and I understand, you know, where it's at. So in other
Equitable,
words,
yeah.
whatever is accumulated in the marriage, I understand that. So equitably, based on whatever the judge decides, because the judge can decide you only get 10%, almost like
That's
basically
what
like Sonny.
where she get her 10% and go.
Like, whatever
the judge
it is, right?
decides
So
to give
whatever
her,
the
as
judge
long as
decides.
it's accumulated in the back to the first day when they were married.
At the
That's what the
marriage.
lawyer told Anthony last year. They're going to look at your financials all the way back to your first day when you got married until now you're getting a divorce. So, Anthony, if Amber wants to stay and fight, Amber can stay and fight and get what she's supposed to get. Because if they decide and look and see Anthony's hiding money, it's going to be bad for him. Trust me.
Correct.
It's gonna be bad for him. So let
That's
me
Very,
say
very
this.
bad.
Don't get
So
caught.
let me give my take on Amber going to the thing, and let me give exactly why I say no. Okay. So there's many ways that this could go. So people could say Amber could go. Yes, Amber should go. Okay, let's work it out. Amber is still, like I've seen the other scene with Sharon, if you saw as well too, which I saw as well, which already told me and I already knew that Amber is not all the way done in her marriage. I already know that she's not all the way done. She basically is saying she's done, but she's not all the way done. And so it's a bunch of playing a bunch of games with your emotions. And Amber has done this time and time again for me because the evidence is there. Victor is an evidence. Kelvin is an evidence. I've seen her play these games before. It's her game as to how she. Yes, she played the game with Kelvin a little bit. Yeah, man, she played the game a little bit. You know, Victor is probably more of the game, but she played the game same way, just nonetheless. She's not done as yet, and she's not over what she's doing, and so her emotions spiral out of control, right? No, what I believe with the Amber character, and I've always said this is my take on when you're going to get a divorce. I think you should finish the divorce thing first before you get into something else. Now, going on this trip with Dave, you can clearly see the intentions of Dave. The mere fact that Dave is telling Melissa to take the day off, the weekend off, he's telling you what he's thinking. He wants some alone time with Amber. In case y'all don't see the setup, that's the setup. Dave wants some.
We didn't say it wasn't there, O'Neal.
No problem. He wants the alone time with Amber. So it is indicative of Amber at this point, while she's going through a divorce, to finish what she is doing first. While I like the Dave character, while I believe that the Dave character may turn out to be a great guy for her, she needs to finish her divorce first. Because again, the next piece of the puzzle is this. Uno going to call Anthony out from now till next year while he's inside this marriage. And every time Amber does these things where she's doing now, which she's way no,
I got something for you.
Where she is. Yeah, you have something, man. Where she consistently, you have something, man. Where she consistently is to push the agenda of Dave. And again, we like Dave, you know, but Dave right now, not needed right now, right? But I know what the writers are doing. They are stirring the pot, and that is perfectly fine. So only have to come out and give on that. That is exactly why she should not go on this. You must finish your marriage first, then you get into whatever else. They can do that after that. But as of right now, your girl is mixing things up, and it looked to me like I'm seeing Amber Ty returning, and I keep asking the audience this question: which Amber is coming out right now? Because Amber Ty, and Amber Ty was not very nice. For those who keep making it look like Amber is this low.
We didn't say that.
From, well, that the perception you give the audience, so the audience believe that. That's the perception the audience get, that Amber is the loveliest of loveliest and she's the rosiest of rosiest. But
You guys don't understand the different emotions people go through. And I'm going to stick with that.
we know
But
the emotions.
O'Neal, people in hell want ice water. Dave can want poom all day.
All day.
And unless he takes it and she doesn't give it to him, the double standards need to go out the window. And I mean it. It's like a woman can't do anything without a man thinking just because he's got a third leg, he's going to get a piece.
Yeah.
Kelvin didn't get it. Victor didn't get it. Wayne didn't get it. Why is Dave going to get it? These assumptions are what are in people's heads. And I think that when we prejudge based on no past evidence of her being against her vows in any sexual way with any man, all of these perceptions and all of these predictions are utterly ridiculous at this particular point. When and if she crosses that line, then talk to me. Until then, the double standards need to stay in people's back pockets. And she doesn't need to live in a convent.
Okay, so let me respond to that. Here's why there is no double standard. People responding to what they're seeing. Amber has said she likes chocolate men. That's one. Number two, she's attracted to a Dave than she probably would, which right now she's clearly showing she's way more attracted to a Dave than she would to say, for example, a Victor who was a white man. No, I believe that if Victor was maybe a black man and was probably looking like Dave, and it was Dave that she met a not sure. It is my perception based on what they're showing with the story that she would have gone there. She may not have gone there because basically Victor was basically a white man. That's what I'm trying to show. Now they're also showing, here's what they're also showing. What they're also showing is, yes, I'm also looking at timeline. Meaning, in that first piece, let's just say Amber, it was fresh and it was a fresh cut. This is the second time around. And generally on your second time, you to be a little bit more vulnerable than you are on your first go around. And so that's exactly why I'm going at with all of this. Now, if we never see Amber playing, rubbing up on the shaft incident, because we saw the shaft incident. Wait a minute, we didn't see shaft incident. No. We didn't see shaft incident. No. The shaft incident is there. So if we only never see the shaft incident and see exactly how Amber has been responding, only would be responding with this, and I'll let you get in, Shamin. The super chat from Mommy says, I agree, the divorce should be final before Amber moves on. I'm so glad that Amber has kept her. Amber is being judged for the what ifs. Yes, she's being judged for the what ifs, because I believe that people are also forming an opinion though, Nanya, based on how, here's what the audience is fighting back against when y'all fight against, what's that? The audience is fighting back against, what is that? Who's timer? Okay. The audience is fighting back against whatever it is that Anthony does something, and the same Amber audience says, he's going to do this. That's what they're going against. Go ahead. Thank you very much, Mommy, for the super chat.
Okay, there's one thing I want, well, more than one. First thing is, you don't know why Dave told Melissa not to come to Charlotte. True. Because Dave is working with Melissa for 10 years. We don't know how many of the women Dave talked to Melissa has run off.
Bring it up, man. Come on, girl.
Living today. So Dave might say, you know what? Amber might be safer if Melissa stay in Atlanta and Amber and I go to Charlotte, because Dave baby know Melissa temperament and what she's capable of doing. But she is a very good worker, so he's going to keep her working, because apparently they work well together. So we don't know why he told her, take the weekend off, you deserve it, rest, whatever. Blah,
we don't know why.
We don't know why he told her that. So we are not going to assume that he wants to get into Amber, whatever. That's why he tell her not to come. Because we don't know the relationship.
We don't know why.
Correct.
We don't know. We don't know the relationship he has with Melissa.
But you're doing it. But y'all are doing the same things, friends.
We're not doing anything. I'm just saying we are assuming.
What are we doing? Assuming that? But Yes, but y'all are also assuming that's not what it means either. We're
Yeah, but
assuming on two sides
I
of the
tell you that
fence.
I'm straddling the fence until I see
You don't want the
evidence.
fence.
Be
Thank
depth
You don't
on
want the
the
you.
fence
borderline.
until there's
Evidence,
evidence. The next thing
receipts.
everybody is saying, oh, Amber don't know anything about Dave. This morning I heard Amber say to Dave, oh, I forgot you told me that your parents were pastors. How come she don't know anything about Dave? We are assuming that Amber don't know anything about Dave. Amber and Dave has been talking. So Amber must know something about Dave. Melis has known Dave for 10 years.
10
And that's
years.
what she told Amber. She worked with Dave for 10 years. So you think Melis would recommend Amber or recommend Dave if something was wrong with Dave? People need to stop the foolishness. Oh, Amber don't know anything about Dave. Of course, Amber knows something about Dave because they have been spending a lot of time together. They have been talking. We don't know what they're talking about. This morning we learn that Dave's parents are pastors and they are always giving back to the community. And Amber knew that Dave's parents are pastors, so she don't know
So
anything
we don't
about
know.
Dave.
We're not privy to everything.
She know
Right,
that
let me
Dave is from Philly.
Exactly.
She also know
from
that
Philly.
Dave is from, I think, from Philly. She know that too.
From Philly. Let me read the super chat
She know that
real
his
quick.
name is Dave Young as well.
David. All right. So that's she know them thing. I must stick a pin on that. In Georgia, property or any assets owned by either spouse before marriage isn't subject to equity distribution and shall remain with its
Correct.
original owner. My son's mother is legal counsel for Morehouse in Atlanta. So that is from Bilderberg Boy, giving
Correct.
us a little bit of sound data. Thank you very much for the super chat, Bilderberg Boy.
And we
Sharon
said
reviews. Sharon reviews. I'm going to get you into the conversation. I'm giving you a couple what you call it now, chats, and then I'm gonna get you in. I'm not gonna mention anything yet. Let me get on to this. O'Neill, you're dragging it. Somebody's Team Amber and Team Nanya sis. Nanya sis have a team now. Facts, O'Neill, Team Amber. O'Neill, stop pushing the narrative. Sabrina, yeah, I yourself into the temptation. That's all that O'Neill is asking. Somebody else says Amber is already emotionally cheating. Why y'all need to stop? Dave is
Emotionally.
filling the empty spaces neglected by Anthony. I agree, Goddess. I don't want her to go. Someone else says Dalton is not a cheater. Anthony Dalton is a cheater. All right. Somebody says I'm not judging her. I just don't want her to lose her bag. Team Amber. Someone else says Tina, Amber is going to shut up all the naysayers. If God be for her, who can be against her? Someone else says, did she just say we don't know why he told her to come? That's basically somebody responding to that. Somebody says Amber is already cheating. Someone else says Dave wants Amber to himself. Someone else says that doesn't mean that she's going to cross the line because she's going out of town with Dave. We're just, and you know, I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm gonna give Sharon Reviews the floor. Somebody else says Sharon Reviews, I'm gonna stop it right here. So why didn't they put Amber in a hotel? I'm gonna stop it right here. So Sharon Reviews, take over. You heard the topic, you hear the conversation. Then wonder and you're after this.
Okay, so you want me to answer why didn't Dave put Amber in a hotel?
Yeah, so they're responding to Nanya and Shamin, who is doing defense. Maybe you're defending as well, whichever way. Just get into the conversation here, sir. Get in. Let me get you in the conversation.
Well, I already stated I don't think Amber should go. Dave wanted Amber there. He should have let Melissa accompany them. And because he has strong feelings for Amber, Amber has strong feelings for him. And he says he has a guest room, she can use that. But at the end of the day, if it's more people going, if it was more people going, I would say yes. But right now, for her safety and for her reservation, Amber should not go.
Okay.
I know she's
What
been
about
alone with, well, and you know what? What you were gonna say?
I was gonna ask you, what about what Shaman is saying? Shaman is saying we don't know, and you heard we don't know things. The what ifs, we're doing what ifs based on what Shaman and Nanya has been saying. We're doing what ifs, so respond to those things as well.
Okay,
give me your thing.
Okay. Just the fact that Amber said to Ernestine she don't feel like going, and that she's still married, I would say, because she's having reservation there. That means her discernment is kicking in, and God is telling her not to go. So
Okay.
because of that facts alone, if she wasn't having
Mm-hmm.
no reservation of not going, I would say
Mm-hmm.
go right ahead. It's a business meeting. He should have let
Mm-hmm.
Melissa still go on the trip with them because it's a business meeting. At least there won't be no temptation if Melissa is there. Because
Mm-hmm.
when he does this meeting, just like I noticed Dave and Anthony and Wayne does business, they do it at their home. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see them have a physical office that they goes into, they do it from home. So that means
Mm-hmm.
when she go out in Charlotte with him,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna be at his home, he has a guest room, but I think
Mm-hmm.
they should have let, if he didn't have any ill intention, he should have
Mm-hmm.
just let Melissa accompany them on the trip. He should not let Amber go by herself with him. But maybe nothing will happen. But the mere fact
Mm-hmm.
she's having reservation, I would say no.
You'd say
That's
no.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I would
I'm
say
gonna
no.
get you in. I'm gonna get you in one journey. Thank you very much for that sharing the views. Miss Grant says with the emotional cheating. Here's why people are saying that. Because Amber fans use that against Anthony. I'm telling y'all, a lot of the questions you get from Anthony's fans is because of things that y'all said in the past about Anthony. So now they're coming back because people don't forget. They them look on the comments and they remembered when you fired these shots at Anton, and them say, all right, okay, we're gonna take that for what it is. So now they see the same thing, which is exactly what O'Neill has been saying. All I'm doing is expressing the sentiments of the next side of the audience. That's all O'Neill is actually doing. And see exactly where we can go with it. Miss T says, y'all are talking about a one-on-one trip with a married woman. The truth is this: if I were getting up as a married man and going on a one-on-one trip with some other lady from whatever else it is, just like that, and I really have no excessive business like that, because this is not a business Amber needs to go to. By the way, she doesn't need to go to this. I would have been wrong. I would have been placed as being wrong. You would have called me as being wrong for whatever else it is. You would have called that out. But you know what? Let me read a couple of comments and one try to get you in there. O'Neill, if Amber does go, she should insist on staying at a hotel. If she can bring a guest, then she can go. I think Nani has responded something at the hotel. I want to make sure I respond that to there. So that all I with the emotional cheating, because the emotional cheating thing is because people are just using the words that supporters use against Anthony. That's what they're doing. In case you don't realize that's what's going on, that's what's going on. This. There's no special lock on a hotel room. There isn't. But I think they're saying at least there is a difference. This conversation is close to what has occurred online with a content creator called Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels recently went on Corey Holcomb's podcast, and he brought with him this girl that he says is a business partner. Come to find out, them realize that she's out on these things with him, and which is a married man. The both of them married, right? And how it looked, you could have seen the optics of how it looked. It did not look very, very pretty. So she got chastised for it. Also, they also saw her in his room.
Yes.
While him a beard and brushing him teeth and doing all sorts of different things. I'm just showing you why the optics don't look very good. And this is what the audience is responding to, because they're saying if this was Anthony, we would be on here and it would have been a crucifixion as to what Anthony is. That's what it would have been. We would have been crucifying him from now till next year. So that's what the audience is responding to. And that's why they're saying they don't think it looks good for Amber to be doing this at this time. No. When Amber gets divorced, can she do this? Of course, for sure. Whatever they want to do. But they're saying she's not there yet. She's still taking care of Anthony's baby because she still is. She doesn't do it as often as she did before, but she still is. So she's still not the same house doing whatever it is. No, maybe here's the deal. Maybe if Amber had asked for a legal separation, Nanya, and I'm going to try to one journey first, then you're getting Nanya. If Amber had asked for a legal separation and she lives somewhere else and you can them being separated, maybe then people would have been like, well, there's a legal separation in place, she can do her thing. But it's just not over yet. How it's looking right now, it just does not look good. That is exactly what people is responding to. Go ahead.
Looks and receipts are different. There are no receipts. Looks don't matter.
So as of now, when Anthony does something, we'll never correct him. Is that correct?
Anthony is already in the doghouse 6 feet under.
But that
There
don't
ain't
make
no help.
sense.
There is no
That
help
don't
for
make sense.
Anthony. I don't care what anybody says.
Come tell him,
He's
man.
done
Tell
dirt
us.
for 2 years.
So
He's
what about
toast.
Amber's dirt for the
He
other
is
years that was before?
molded toast. What dirt?
What
With
dirt?
Victor, with
See?
Wayne, with
There we
Kelvin.
go.
With who has she done anything with?
Amber,
You
yes,
go to
Amber has
court,
done
take
things with.
receipts. If you
Mhm.
don't have receipts, don't go to court. Don't
If you're talking
don't ask
about
for anything. It's not
right,
going to work. That's my point. You
the
can
court
blame
thing,
her
none
for
for what?
social issues all you want.
Right.
You can
Mhm.
say all of that, but in
Right.
the end game, in the
Mhm.
courtroom,
Yes.
none of the what ifs matter. They don't.
And those are
matter.
fine. And those are fine. The audience is not arguing with that. That's not their arguing. They're arguing that we're putting Amber as a pedestal person in the skits, as a person
No.
to follow.
She's
But then
pedestal
we're
over Anthony.
hold on, but that can't hold on. So we're putting her as a pedestal character. But then whenever it is the audience calls her out, she gets the support from her fans like yourself and the other people who come in and save her
Amber
and
gets
say that,
called out
hey,
all the time, O'Neal, by the fans.
if me not do it, nobody not do it.
She always gets called
That's
out.
why.
No matter if
Because
she
O'Neal do it.
breathes wrong, she gets called
O'Neal.
out. So yes.
Go ahead.
O'Neal.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying about the optics
Mhm.
because yes, but I want to ask a question. They're saying why why didn't I put her in a hotel?
Yes.
All right, what's the difference a hotel room is going to make if they still going to cross the line?
If them cross the line, that's something different. But if you're saying you're going to put her in a hotel, that means that they're in two separate places and they're not staying in the same place. That's what they're looking at.
Yeah, but
Now,
you
if
could
she
stay at the hotel too. All right, so
If
a lot of
if they
businesses,
Mhm.
a lot of businesses these days, when they're sending people, they
Trips.
get a big Airbnb because it's cheaper. If they
Mhm.
have 5-6 people going somewhere, instead of getting 5-6 hotel rooms, they get a
Mhm.
house, Airbnb, and they
Mhm.
might get somebody to, well, somebody's
Mhm.
always there to clean and to do all of that, to cook and everything. So
Mhm.
what would be the difference if this was like they were staying in an Airbnb?
If they're staying in an Airbnb, this is the take that people are trying to give. Again, remember, I
I'm
know
just
them all them.
asking. I'm just asking.
I
What
know,
would be the
I know,
difference?
I know. So I'm
She's
gonna
staying
give
at
it to
his
you.
house. She's staying at his
Mhm.
house, or they get a
Mhm.
Airbnb and they were together in the Airbnb.
Mhm. So this is what the argument is. Okay, the argument is, and let me get to you saying, I'm gonna respond to your question. The idea is that if they're staying in an Airbnb together, where she is a married woman, right, and it basically is probably a place between both of them, people are saying the looks of that versus the idea of her staying by herself at the hotel and Dave staying where he is. That's all it really is. That's really what people are saying. No, for me, I said I don't think she should go at all. But she's going to go because, of course, I'm going to make the series make it that she goes because we're having a controversial take on it right now, and everybody is arguing it. That's really all people is arguing, you know.
You know what? What was giving her a pause, and if she want to go or not? Do you know what was giving her a pause?
I'm not sure. Go
Because
ahead.
she spoke to Anthony before. Because her conversation with Anthony was before the conversation with Ernestine. And I don't business what anybody want to say. Somewhere along the line, Amber still loves Anthony. If Amber did not love Anthony, and if Amber did not want this marriage, she'd be done.
Right.
Just like we were saying, if Anthony wanted Shayla before he walked away from her, if he wanted her and loved her that much, he would give half of his money away to be with her. It would not matter because that was what he wanted and that was who he loved. But he preferred to keep his money. So Shayla was not worth his money. Same thing with Amber. If Amber want to be done with Anthony, no matter how much money in this world, walk away because she want to be done done.
Mm-hmm.
Amber still trying to see if there is going to be any change. Today, when Anthony told her about, I have to laugh because it took him 3 days to remember that he forget his wife's birthday.
Yeah, man, me laugh too. Just the
it,
same
took
as we
him,
said before, you know.
it took him 3 days to remember
Mm-hmm.
that he forget his wife's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he called and he was saying he's sorry, yes, Amber started off his sorry or whatever, but deep down, I think she still see that he's trying. And
Mm-hmm.
although she's not going to pretend like she knows that he's trying, she's still going to say, sign the paper, whatever, whatever. But it
Mm-hmm.
was right after she talked to Anthony, she spoke with Ernestine and she said she's thinking of not going.
Right.
So I think if Anthony should just come on a dinner after you forget the lady birthday for 3 days, you're coming with a dinner. You should have a car park. You should have a brand new
Mm-hmm.
car park in the driveway with a bow. I like the Bentley. You see that Bentley that Lisa got? You should have one of those park in the
Yeah, Bentley
driveway.
in a driveway.
Of course, you should
No
have a
problem.
Bentley park in the driveway. 140,000 is nothing to him to have a car park in the driveway to say,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. With a big I'm sorry on the side. This is your
I'm gonna.
birthday gift.
This is our birthday gift.
Yeah.
All right. Let me read Mommy's comment. Mommy says in the courts, post-marriage behavior is all that counts. Amber has been faithful as of today. Friends, you are correct. As of today, she's been faithful as of today in the court. If we're talking the courts, that is perfectly fine. All right. I don't think we're debating the courts as of today. As of today, Amber still has the upper hand. And I would want to say the reason why the audience is reacting the way they are is because they don't want Amber to give away the right that she has for wrong. That's also a take that is out there as well. Let me read a couple super chat real quickly, and I'm gonna get you in here at 120 because you haven't been in here, and let me get you in so you can make some speeches. Let me read some comments real quick. Let's see. Dave doesn't respect Amber as a married woman. He knows he shouldn't be inviting her to his house. That's a take. Someone else says, your adult is right. Look at it. It looks sneaky. That's what somebody says. You're all wrong and have no respect for God and marriage. Dave can't wait or tell Melissa to come. Dave can't wait or tell Melissa to come. In other words, that's what Misty is saying. Respect the fact that she have the marriage. Even if she going through the rocks and the marriage rocky, respect that because it's not over as yet. There's no special lock on the hotel room door, and that's why he's staying in Dave's house. Somebody else says, O'Neal,
No.
we're saying the same thing.
No, don't go there. That's a lie. Because I used to stay at hotel. I stay at so many hotels. 5-star hotel, no star hotel. I stayed at all of them. You can lock your hotel door from inside. You have the security thing at the top, and you can double bolt it from inside. So that's a lie. What are you talking about special lock? When you leave, you have your card to go back inside. But once you're in there, you can bolt up, put on your security thing on there, and nobody can come into your hotel room. So of course,
Nobody
unless I've never stayed at a hotel.
Okay, hold on. O'Neal, we're saying the same thing about Amber. When doesn't wrong too? We're saying no, she shouldn't go. So stop acting like we don't criticize Amber too. But O'Neal, you give Anthony I think that's what they say. I give Anthony a pass. No, I'm not. O'Neal says, O'Neal, Amber is so indecisive and unstable. She would fall for anything that she feels is good. Someone says Keisha should go with them. Someone says there's no difference. Someone says I agree, Miss T. Next person says amazing how men has to be a housewife and a doormat. What does that mean? But Anthony is a fine man, Savannah. We're not saying Anthony is a fine man. For those who believe that, we're saying that. We're not saying that. Today I chastise Anthony and tell you that you guys call him a cornball. What do you expect from a cornball? No one expect from a cornball. Then they said no. They never respected a marriage or an engagement or a divorce. Then the next person says they're already humping on each other while exercising. Someone else says
Ooh.
Anthony went on plenty of business trips. It's also true. And someone else says and get chastised for it. Then someone else says Anthony was with Shayla for months and got chastised for it. Somebody says Team Amber. Someone says Amber only knows defensive mode. Somebody says Anthony did it with Rolanda and got chastised for it. Someone else says she stays at the hotel and stays at Dave's home. She stays at the hotel and Dave stays at home. Then the next person says, let me get this in there. Why take that chance of going on a trip with Dave? I don't point for going, not a necessary trip. I also said that because right now it's almost like you're setting yourself up to fail. It's almost like you're setting yourself up to tease yourself. In other words, I also said that is one of the other reasons why she should have just kind of relax right now. But hey, let me go a little bit further. Amber should not go to the trip at all, point blank. Melissa is going to be Amber's problem. Someone says the whole bunch of people going to the Airbnb. If she is in the Airbnb by herself, it is good, but not with him, not even an Airbnb. Then someone else says, let me get a couple more variations of them. And let's see. So someone says they're still blaming Anthony for Amber's wrong when Amber has been for the streets and never listened to Shayla about cheating with the future husband. Amber been lost. The real godly people respect. Okay, she's lost the real godly stuff. Okay, somebody says Kelvin was her type. Amber quit the restaurant to put barriers in there. Someone else says no. It took 3 days for something for his to do something for her birthday. Yeah, that's what we say. That's what they say my current ball, right? Then they says the fact that Dave told Melissa not to come for the business trip for me tells me that Dave is up to no good. He's not keeping it professional. Before you respond, I'm going to let one journey into the conversation. Go ahead.
I have no problem with the business trip. I just need her to contact a lawyer and get some guidelines. 2, I'm disturbed that she doesn't have a +1 on a business trip. It's just solo. She's going to meet other business people, but she was never offered to bring someone along from her company, even if it was Keisha. Oh,
Okay.
it would be 2 eyes seeing, even if it was Shauna, it's still 2 eyes seeing different corporations, growth, and whatever the objective that he said the meeting is for. I have no problem with them going because Georgia and upstate New York and California are wonderful business retreats that people meet. I went on so many business trips. However, she is in a position when she is no longer living her life. Her life is now in the court systems. Her life has binoculars on it. Why? She filed for divorce. So once you file for the divorce and you're in the court system, you're not a free person. You don't have free will. You got detectives looking at you and people combing through your financial stuff. Anthony is panicking. What happens if Ben and his crew gets exposed or he gets exposed? That can also affect Amber as well. Just like with the Marfair. They're taking everybody in, the wife, whatever. I have no problem with the business trip. I trust the fact that she double checked herself and said, should this be something I should be doing? She should be able to take someone with her. I've never, very, very few businesses I hear that, you can't take anyone. Or you have to stay at this particular hotel and you're locked in. You can't have your family in another hotel and sleep there. America's not that way. America doesn't cut off families, especially when it comes to women business, because they'll get pregnant and walk away. So to keep females in business, you need that +1. And some wives are glad to go with their husbands on +1, or husbands get there and they have a different +1, like Iman, sitting waiting in the hotel room with rules. So I trust her judgment to go, not to go, but she has not asked the double H questions. Where is this facility? Can I see it online? She hasn't done the research. And women, you can't walk. Now, I apologize. People, you cannot walk around with blinders on. What is it called? Pull it up online, look it up, do your research. And even though there may have lies on social media, you have a lawyer. You let your lawyer's PI do it for you. Yes, you have to pay him, but you're not paying him $5,000 to find out A, B, C, or D. You know, she doesn't have a best friend lawyer anymore. So use the one you're paying. Hey, I'm getting ready to do this. What do you think? And then get that advice. You know, hey, I met this businessman, is helping me, blah, blah, blah. Can you find out a little bit more about him? No homework is being done. And the optics, remember, people, they see things and they come to a conclusion, and it's deception. And they may see things and it's not deception. And then is she going to have a conversation with her husband saying, hey, I'm going on a business trip with blah, 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 the company that allowed me to whatever. Don't worry, I'll be safe. I'm going to be out of town, because she's not going to be home for 3 days, 4 days. I'm not quite sure if it's a weekend trip, not sure. But I'm just saying, you still have to communicate that, because you're in the house and you don't want him to worry. So that's just a thought that I had. I have no problem with the business trip. Go, have a great time. But before you go, do your homework. That's why I respect the 3 detectives. They're going to pull up receipts. They're going to look into things, and they're teaching us, hey, the mouth said it, go find the documentation. Just because the mouth said it doesn't make it so. What did I learn today? Just because you saw it on the resume doesn't make it so.
Yes.
So do your homework. Grab her, take her with you.
Don't leave it. The audience is asking, are Amber fans panicking that she might go with a pump up? Is that going on here? One journey respond.
I want to give it to Dave. Come on. The boy's gorgeous. But at the same time, she needs to she needs to move smart. And that's it. We just
get it, Nanya. Get it, Nanya. Go ahead. I know you've been waiting to say something.
You know, I got a couple of quick clips, right?
Running.
Listen, I'm going to give you the easy ones first, and then I'll give you the one that makes sense. Ask Anthony to go as her +1. How about that? And see what he says. Number 2, I'm serious. Number 2,
that's true.
Amber, and she can still always say no. That's just a cover. Number 3. Amber didn't tell him to leave Melissa at home. Number 4, I agree with One Journey about the +1. Number 5, Dave is testing Amber.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Explain that. Explain the testing.
He's looking for a queen. And if Amber doesn't act while she's still married, that is a huge plus for Amber. Dave likes Amber a lot more, I think, than Amber likes him. Amber is giddy because she's happy, you know, what's going on. Dave likes her. And I honestly am watching to see if Dave tests her when it comes to her vows. Because he wants.
So you don't think he's testing her now?
I'm sorry?
You don't think he's testing her right now? You don't think she's getting tested right now?
No. I think when they go away, men tend to test you more if you go on a trip with them versus just dating, you know, not even dating, but, you know, kicking it. But honestly, I'm thinking that this is a test for Amber. That is what I'm thinking.
Don't move. Respond to this, because Miss T is saying, look for queen from a single woman, not a married woman.
Okay. She is supposed to be getting single. She's married. She has filed for a divorce. So it is.
But she's not single yet.
The line. Yeah, but okay, I understand what Nana is saying. Nana is saying that Dave is looking for a queen. Nobody said Dave is looking for Amber. to be his queen. Dave is looking for a queen. No, don't do that, Anil. Don't do that. Dave is looking for a queen. And then saying Dave is testing Amber to see if she fit that bill. If Amber jumps into bed with Dave while married, what do you think Dave is going to say?
Oh,
She
Lord.
would cheat on him if they get married just the same. So he's not going to
That's
look for
correct.
that.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that she respects her vows until the day they sign that paper and the judge say, you are now a free woman, you are single again, whatever. That is
agree.
what he might be looking for. So saying, come with me, let's go, blah, blah, blah. He's going to see if she is true to her vows or she's that godly woman that she's saying she is.
So
That's
wouldn't
it.
it be better for her
Well
not to
said.
go?
Huh?
I
Show
agree.
then that
No, but no,
if
no, no.
she
But he
is
wants
No,
her.
you
hold
can
on,
give her
hold
over
on.
He
into a
wants her to
convent,
go.
O'Neill. That's
That could
fine.
not be a test if he left her, if he leaves her in Atlanta and he goes to North Carolina. The test is
What do you
going
mean
to
it
be
wouldn't be a
to see
test?
if. How is that a test? If he leaves
Because
her
you
in
see,
Atlanta.
tell you how. I'm gonna explain to you.
Yeah.
Because okay, this is the piece on maybe missing because I hear y'all piece because I know the lady female version of it. But me get the male optics. As a man, I'm looking to see how much things I can get you to do.
Yeah.
In case you don't forget that, the more things I can get you to do is the more it's confirming to me that basically I'm able to get you to do things. I can get you to do more and more and more and more and more and more and more things. It's starting to show me
Oh,
that
boy.
you might not be as solid. Because
Okay.
basically, anybody hold on. Anybody can come in and come sweep you up off of your feet. Respond.
Yeah.
Okay, let me respond to that. Dave did not say, let's go on vacation. If he said, let's go on vacation, and she said, oh, yes, let's go on vacation, that would be different. He said he has a business trip.
He did.
He's going to look at some restaurants
Correct.
in Charlotte that are in line with Amber's restaurant. So it would be good for her to come.
Yeah.
So that is what he said. He did not say, let's go on a
Yes.
vacation to Jamaica.
Correct.
Let's go to Cancun
Okay.
or whatever. He said
Okay.
a business trip,
Correct.
restaurant in line with your restaurant.
So let me get in on that. Let me get in on that and let me argue something with you. That's fine. He did say that. But also, Dave also knows certain pieces of the puzzle, which is that Amber is going through a rocky marriage, that Amber is in the line for getting a divorce. So as a man, when you're looking at certain ladies, just trust O'Neill Panda one. O'Neill say a couple of them.
Yeah, but just
Just give me me trust in the man, but want to give me a little bit of the trust. But me come here argue Dave's side for me. I try to give
You trust in a man,
what Dave
O'Neill?
look like. No. I'm saying I'm giving you guys a shade of looking into Dave. Want to understand Dave. A man is like this and he's trying to basically get with a woman, right? I'm trying to see how much things we can get her to actually do. So she's actually being, in case you realize, she's being tested every step of the way. When she come over my house early in the morning time, she's being tested because I'm trying to see if we can get her to come over my house. When rub up on the little ding, I'm testing you. Come on,
That's
say,
not the
okay.
test we're talking about.
Hold on. But I'm showing you, say, the test. In case you don't realize the test has been happening, you know.
No, you gone too far out. We are talking about her respecting her vows and being the godly woman she is. Her vows. It don't really matter what else. No. We're looking for the vows. If she don't respect her vows, that means everything else goes. If she does not respect her vows, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, but me no want my wife out 5 o'clock in the morning.
Woo,
Exercise with
yeah.
I'm also
going
no
on with
wife tell me about she go on a business trip with no man where she not need to go on right now because she actually have business at home to deal with. So
What
in
kind of
other words, if
business?
you really,
After you forget your birthday for 3 days, you just remember today. What kind of business you have home for deal with?
I'm telling you how Dave is thinking.
No.
The
but
reverse
Dave knows
about Dave can look at it too.
Yeah, but Dave know that marriage is done. So he just wants to test her to see if he can be the next one in line.
Which way you think that mean? That also means you know really as look here. When you're jumping marriage just like that, when you go play games in a person's marriage, which oh boy, I only don't want to talk about that topic. Sharing reviews, getting that topic. Come in, want to get personal. Sharing reviews, go on. Come in, people know some do some things before and them don't know about.
Yeah, and that's
Sharing
why
reviews,
you always have make every man and measure every man by your yards.
Me nah measure them by my yardstick, but I'm just telling y'all.
You are measuring every man by your yardstick.
Yeah.
Every one of the man in the chat talk the
Every
same
man by your yardstick.
All right, let me Sharon Hughes, go on, Sharon. Let me ask the males. In males, am I correct? Males, is O'Neal correct? Don't worry. If O'Neal wrong, O'Neal wrong. If O'Neal wrong is that. Yourself. If O'Neal wrong, you're wrong. Go on, Sharon reviews, because you're not getting it, So go on at the conversation, Sharon.
Well, O'Neal, I'm still standing with you. You and I see things what other people are scared to call out. And you're speaking from a male perspective, and I do appreciate that, because a lot of us don't know what can happen. And we are seeing the clues and we are picking up the clues.
Yeah.
And yes, Amber was being tested by going to his house early in the morning. She was tested when she did that squat and touched that snake. And he sees that she put in her boundaries there. So he knows that he's not supposed to do that again. So that is number 2 there. And then today he invited her on a business trip. I know it's a business trip. No, of course she can go on a business trip. I'm not saying she cannot go on the business trip. I don't like the fact that he told Melissa that she can't go. Melissa should be able to can go on that business trip. Melissa and Amber should be able to can take Shauna, or right now would I take Shauna with me?
Shauna.
Or Keisha. And then if she's leaving, she should let Anthony knows that she's going on a business trip.
Of course.
Where she's gonna be. And for her protection. And although they're getting the divorce, because if she still want to get a present from somebody who you're divorcing, by right, she should let Anthony know she's going on or she should tell Anthony, come with me, I'm going on a business trip with Dave. You never know. You know what I mean? But that is out far-fetched. But what I'm saying now, one journey is 100 correct when she said Amber should contacted her lawyer to find out if it is okay for her to go on this business trip with this man. At the end of the day, there is a strong connection between Amber and Dave. Amber did not have this strong attraction with Victor. She did not have this strong connection with Calvin. She has this with Dave, Mr. Chocolate. And I'm calling it, I'm seeing it, and I'm not going to be afraid to call it out. I'm a woman, yes. I've been around. I used to model, so I know what I see, and I know, and I have lots of friends, and I see what goes on. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Amber should really ask her lawyer if she can get her a legal separation. And if that's possible, when she get that legal separation, if she wants to go swing from the chandelier, that's fine in my book. Because Anthony, when they were having that divorce, Anthony took Amber, I met Shayla to Jamaica.
Shayla.
Anthony was in a full-blown relationship with Shayla while Amber was broken and crying, losing David, going to jail. So at the end of the day, I understand everything what Amber is going through, but I do not think Amber should go on this business trip. Sole purpose, she doesn't know that Melissa is not going. So in my book, Amber is going because she takes Dave as a friend, and I hope Dave doesn't have any ulterior motive for them to change Dave's character into like what Shayla does, like Amber goes on the trip and he spike her drink and essay her. I hope that's not gonna happen because I know he likes Amber. I know he likes spending time with her. This is why he told Melissa not to come. I know he's going to push his boundaries, and maybe Nanya is exactly right that he's testing her. But at the end of the day, if Amber is having reservation of not going on this trip and say she's married, there is her intuition kicked in and says Amber not to go. And the wrong person to tell her, to advise her to go and have and solar all royal oats is not an Ernestine. She should not be listening to Ernestine at the end of the day. So with that being said, Amber still have feelings for her husband, no matter what, because number one, she couldn't tell Ernestine, Anthony did give us a gift for my birthday. Oh, and I'm married. Right there shows me Amber still wants her marriage, but she wants Anthony to step up. This is why when I watched that skit on Sunday and I saw Anthony fail miserably, when Charmaine and I spoke, we were saying, Charmaine saying, no, Sharon, if only him just, I hope him give her something for her birthday. Even the night before when we did our live, we were discussing that and we were hoping that when what's her name? Angelina was talking to him because she monopolized this time on Saturday. So maybe she even knows Saturday, Sunday was gonna be Amber's birthday. Maybe that little devil knows that too. So she decided to have Anthony distract him with her, modeling, yo, you're my son and whatever. And then at the end of the night, before Anthony went to her own, she told Anthony asked her a question, and she told him about how Brody used to be sing and it's the smallest thing. And I thought that clueless little uncle would understand what she's saying. So Charmaine and I was hoping that Anthony would surprise us and just do something. And we were saying if he could just give her some roses or some flowers, something nice, something simple, because she, you know what I mean? She would accept it. I should have liked that.
True.
But Anthony did not do that. They let Anthony fail miserably with Amber. But for Shayla, the writers them write them beautifully. They have him clueless over there with Shayla. But for some reason, when it comes down to Amber, Shayla can get $5,000 for if money, just money. And it's Amber's birthday, and he wants his wife. Wouldn't you move mountain, O'Neill? Wouldn't you move mountain if you want this woman? It's her birthday.
Water from the moon.
And as Charmaine says, he should have even have her birthday to remind him sick in his phone. He has a phone. He lives with this 24/7. He should have his wife PS on him, ringtone, have her birthday, anniversary, every holiday, Valentine, everything there to remind him. Says, okay, I'm going to do this for Amber. I'm going to step up my game. What did little bugger did? Friday went and complained to Ratty, tell Miss Shauna, Amber, to tell her about Amber, take Amber's skeleton out of the closet and give it to Shauna. That is unacceptable. So the writers always messing with the Daltons. And I'm just over it. Honestly, I'm over
Amber,
it.
right.
So
She right. She do it. Amber, she do it.
Well, she need to stop making our blood pressure go up. Oh, you know what I mean? They still set us into an early grave, seriously. Because she expects us to like what we see. They like, and you know what hurts O'Neill is the fact that they made Dave gave her a cinnamon roll.
Well, they had to do that because they wanted to show that that the new man is going to listen to you, and the new man is going to remember whatever you have going on. It's what Dave has done, you know, is very actually very relatable. Yeah, any new man that's coming in is going to give you all of the things, and when him just are coming in, because I saw him realize that. Listen to me. I never used to give Nanya chocolate, and Nanya love chocolate. Don't worry yourself, Nanya. Here's 2 boxes of chocolate. I want to show you how you love them. I want to show you how your husband doing nothing. See, it's chocolate right here. So he's going to do that. Yeah. That's why I'm sure that.
Too much chocolate makes you sick. I don't eat too much chocolate.
Oh, am I finished speaking?
No, you're not done yet. Want to respond to something, Sharon. Sharon, hold on. I want to respond to something because we're right here in the segment. So I want you start the segment first. Okay. Melissa, talk to me about Melissa. Talk about Melissa here, so for me.
Okay. O'Neill, when I saw this skit right here, I couldn't believe it.
Why?
You remember the first time when Shayla met Dave at the restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when she was leaving, when Melissa was leaving, she run after she done talk to Amber, she run after Dave like that. We should have picked up that nugget right there that something was not right with this woman. And then the second one was when Dave and Amber went down into the basement to look at his game room and all that he has down there, and she was looking off at them, right? And then when Dave poured, oh, that was the third thing. So the second thing is when Dave poured the wine for Amber. We should have picked up, said this girl is off her rockers. So when she
Is
sat
she off her
there
rockers?
like that, before she sat there and she's there making that, it is a I can't even do it. It was so surreal because I was saying, my God, this girl is dangerous. You know, Charmaine called it. Right, I think Charmaine called this. That something is going, we're going to see something. I don't remember Charmaine's exact word, but I think Charmaine called this. I was shocked when we saw this morning. I said, oh my God, Melissa is as her crazy as activated. Melissa crazy have activated. That's what I even did that shorts on that too. My God. So Amber has to watch her back. And a lot of us were saying something was gonna happen with Melissa, and this is what they gave us.
So suppose Melissa is interested in Amber and not Dave.
I don't think so.
You know,
why now is I come with no, because see when they give me another one more than
we think so.
Melissa could be interested in Amber and not Dave. And now that she's not going to be able to go spend the weekend with Amber, she is mad.
Hold on. Let me give me a little. Hold on. Let me just hold on.
You're making me cry right now.
Make O'Neal get 2 seconds. Hold on. Charmaine, you always come up with some audience, please. Give me one moment, please, audience. Let me
Don't
just
cry, O'Neal. That's what we came up with. Carmen did.
Charmaine been doing this all day, O'Neal.
So, O'Neal.
Give me the pillar, Lord. Give me the pillar and take the case. Give me the pillar.
Charmaine, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Melissa has been with Dave for 10 years. Think about that. 10 years. Melissa has been working with Dave.
Yes.
When Melissa met Amber, the way she was so excited about Amber food, she was so excited. She was so disappointed when Dave said he could not work with Amber. When he changed his mind, she was so excited again to go tell Amber that, oh, Dave will work with you. When they asked about Dave, who remember
bad cover.
Remember when they were in the house and she said about Dave's wife, and he said, no, Dave is single. A single man, you're working with the single man for 10 years. Whatever crush you have on the man or whatever delusion, you must get over it by now. After 10 years, you're still doing that. So I'm saying, I wonder if it is Amber and she think Dave is going to go in on her territory.
Hold on. I'm gonna to get in here, Nanya. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just read a couple comments because Charmaine threw me off the night here. Charmaine really, me know this was going to throw me off. Give me a couple minutes. Give me a couple. Let me gather myself. Let me read some of my comments and gather myself because I'm not gathered. I am not gathered to be. So, how many times Anthony and Amber is going to renew their vows? You never go after the date people to go through a divorce because they can always reconcile and you don't want to add issues to be brought back in. Anthony don't love his wife. He'll never change. Why remember her birthday? Because he wants his wife. All right, let me read else. One Journey. J-Dub says, oh, Fiona, Team Amber. Someone else says, why for Anthony drop his pants and gave Amber his behind to kiss Amber and then just to live your best life and enjoy it and told Amber that you should have stayed with Shayla. Amber can't get a win. Then someone else says, my mind is nothing in his heart on Amber's money and the assets and the money and Arby's kid and the thirst trap. So sign the papers. Okay, that's what you say mine is. And someone else says, all right. Anthony says the worst thing he could have ever said. Anybody could say on her 41st birthday, and that man told her that he lost God. That was the door slam shut. Well, it's still not slam yet because basically it's still a go on. Dominic is nuts. O'Neill, read my comment. I'm gonna try to look for it again. Give me one moment. Zeus baby will get Amber paid. Okay. Zeus baby will get Amber paid. Sorry about that. So Melly says acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The look says she got a taste before. Okay. And I look like this. If my husband was to tell me he should have stayed with the baby mama, that's all I need to hear. I'm out of there. How are you testing a married woman? You're already out of line. Someone else says, so Melissa, seeing something in Dave that she could have never got out of him, so she's in her feelings. When Dave ate that pie and Melissa ate right behind that time too, Melissa wants Dave. Melissa is going to tell Daniel, and Daniel's going to tell Ben, and Ben is going to tell Anthony. Whew. Think something coming with that one. All right. Melissa wasn't too happy to see Amber there. She wants the sword. All right. Let me stop right there. So Nanya, get into the business. You in this business to it with Charmaine and believing that basically they want to do the scissors because basically you say scissors that won't happen. Basically, that's what I say. They want rough hot covers together.
It's not that far stretched when you look at every time she sees Amber, she gets extremely excited, happy, giddy, will do anything, runs to the door, anything for Amber. But every time Dave tells her that she's not included, at first I thought the jealousy was toward Amber. And she looked Amber up and down, and then she had this look on her face the first time. But today, and again, I thought, it's the player and Dave and, the whole bit. But looking at Melissa and the way she's always so happy when she sees Amber, and when Shaman said that, it actually clicked in my brain that Melissa may very well like Amber. And I mean, I know it sounds far-fetched, but this is Kountry Wayne, right? We never know what we're going to get. And then we had the thought, Melissa might go and try to do something to Amber and blah, 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 blah. But I'm coming back around to the part that Melissa might very well like Amber. And I say that because this is Kountry Wayne and we haven't had that plot twist yet. I know that's a what if, but she is disappointed every time she's not allowed to be around Amber. She is. So
y'all believe that that's what it is?
I'm gonna roll with that for now until I see otherwise.
Okay.
Because she's too happy and giddy when she sees Amber. And then when Dave dismisses her or tells her she can't come, she's not looking at Dave sideways. She's looking like she's angry about Amber. But today was a little different because she was like ready to just blow her lid. And she's been around a lot of women. So I don't think she's acted that way around all the other women. I think she might. I wouldn't be surprised if Wayne did that and made Melissa like Amber and then not like Dave. She wants Amber. It could be. I'm not gonna throw that card away yet. I'm gonna hold on to it and just watch how Melissa moves from here out. Seriously.
One journey, I'm gonna get you in the conversation. Let me do something here real quickly.
I'm waiting.
Let me do something real quickly for y'all because I feel like we need this, because it is wild. I think y'all are wild with the various thing that y'all got going on. I don't know.
We are wild.
Maybe
that's why
I don't know how to read that. Wild. It is wild. I'm going
It
to go
is.
back to the pie eating session. I'm going to go back to the pie eating session.
It's all right.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is. What does she need help with?
Just the business. She's having trouble getting in the door. She needs help with marketing.
Stop that man.
Wait, really?
Yeah, let me. She's
Seriously?
really good.
You know, it's what I've always loved about you. Like, despite all of this success,
Well,
you're still just a generous person, and you know, you're still the same person that I met 10 years ago.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. This pie is really delicious.
Can I have it back?
I almost tore your pie up. So yeah, that did.
Okay, so let me stop this right there. So let me get in on this, and then I'm gonna give you to you one journey. Let me get in on this. I played this because I wanted y'all to see the looks. Here's what I get from the looks of that in this. Melissa likes Dave a whole lot. Dave has always been telling Melissa that he's a guy that deals with business and no pleasure. She's respected that because, yes, some women will be like that. She's respected that space. No, Dave is seeing, Melissa is seeing Dave goes back on the same word that he said he basically wouldn't do. In other words, him say, when it's business, it's business. When I look in Melissa's eyes, just right there, and give about the scene. When I look in Melissa's eyes, what I'm seeing is the gleam in her eyes, because that's what them play. I think they're playing to us. Let me show it right there. Is that look? That's the look of, to me, that is the look of an aspiration. She admires, admiration. She admires this man so much, and she loves him. That's what it is. It's love. It's like. No, maybe not probably write me off if you not write me off. I'm gonna give you exactly what I need to read. But I read that she basically has always loved this man, and now Amber get a chance to get the man. So that's where the upset look, which is this look right here, so comes from, because she cannot believe that she has backed off all this time, only for Amber to sweep right in and take him. No, what I feel the writers is doing is playing games, because the writers are saying, well, guess what? Shayla came right in and sweep up Anthony. So right now, Anthony is discombobulated. So guess what now? They've switched around the same little kind of tendency on Amber to say, well, hey, I'll jump. No, maybe Amber doesn't know she's doing it. Maybe she knows. I don't know, right? Because that's still left to discussion. We just guessing. But I think that's exactly what's actually happening here, where basically Amber is getting the man where this woman wants. No, why I think this is not really a thing where it is Amber love whoever it is because I agree with the other comment, which is saying this is going to, and I notice this. Here's why I'm going with these pieces. There's a part in the skits, right, where you guys may not have watched this. There are some Ben and Daniel skits that happen in the night, in the wee hours of the morning. One of them was about how Amber was a user. One of them was about how Amber has used them. Don't know if you see, you guys see that skit there.
Yeah,
where Ben is trying to convince Daniel that Amber hasn't even called you to tell her she's getting a divorce. She not even check you out for whatever it is. So I can see this setup where there is no conflict between Melissa and Amber, right? And remember, Amber always had Daniel batting in our corner. No, Melissa goes home and says, hey, can you believe that changes? Because Daniel is already feeling bad that Amber hasn't contacted her. In her mind, she can't believe Amber not tell her anything but worse, and Amber has not been talking to her. Ben has somehow has been inkling this to her to say, well, hey, she hasn't even told you what's going on. You've all in other words, you're saying you've given her all that information, and all she's done is said, okay, thank you, goodbye. No. Guess how it looks now with Daniel? You've helped her to do this business thing. Now that the business is doing well, guess what? You stole the man. Go ahead, one journey. That's a setup, Missy. Let me tell you the setup, Missy. That's a setup. That's a setup. Because that goes into a different place. But go ahead, go ahead.
What I didn't understand with Danielle was
Mm-hmm.
communication goes both ways. You know where her
Mm-hmm.
business is, you know where her home
True.
is. If you're that
Mm-hmm.
concerned, let your foot do the walk in or get in your car or whatever. If someone is going
Mm-hmm.
through a divorce, what makes you think they want to have
Mm-hmm.
some big, long, dragged out conversation with you? It's about pain, it's about embarrassment, it's about
Mm-hmm.
failure. Go away, little girl, and sit down. Um, Allow people to
Mm-hmm.
walk through their own pain without you in the room, please.
Stop. Give me
What's
1 minute,
necessary?
one journey. Let me challenge your thoughts so you can respond to it. So read Daniel. Read what's happening to Daniel. In Daniel's mind, she and Amber were going through the same things, and they were basically trauma bonding as far as the two men are concerned. In other words, hey, I'm not. I'm just giving you what she was getting because that's what she verbal in the script. For her, basically, what's going on is that trauma bonding with Amber. So she expected Amber to be this ride or die friend to her. Keep going. I'm just giving you more inkling into it.
I get it. I just, um, at some point, bonding has to stop, and she A- Amber's going through a reality that actually
Mhm.
Daniel experienced, and that's the divorce part.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
Danielle, instead of her whining, go find your
Mhm.
friend.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Go find your friend.
I agree. One
Mhm.
journey.
All this needy stuff is not necessary. Real
Mhm.
girlfriends are not that way. They're gonna pull up on you. You
Mhm.
don't answer that phone, we're sending the cops. We're gonna do a welfare check. We're gonna do blah blah blah.
Mhm.
They threaten each other. You know what they're
Mhm.
gonna do if you don't blah blah. Answer the phone.
Mhm.
Okay, it's
Yes.
been 3 days. What's up? I'm on my way.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And now Ben is manipulating her once again, and she can't even see that manipulation has just entered her own home.
Yes.
The brother is
Mhm.
there, trouble. Ben's there. The brother
Mhm.
has no respect for Ben because he lets women take his money. How long has that been going on? I don't know. And now she has a stranger in her house. I tell everyone you got to buy two homes, whether you like it or not. Buy one that's 180,000. Buy another one
Mhm.
for yourself that's 700 and up. The $150,000 one, that one, pay
Mhm.
that off fast because that's when you can turn it into a family. Somebody
Mhm.
got in trouble, somebody got put out. I tell them
Mhm.
nobody comes into the private space because
Mhm.
all they do is look and then size up your wallet and see how much of that wallet they can capture. So, Danielle, you have a friend, go find her. Go pull up on her. You know where she works. You know who excuse me who she associates with. Not doing no crazy, no trauma bonding. All this trauma we have in our community, then we all should be in the cycle home. And that's what they would like. Put everybody in cuckoo homes. We have to learn to communicate and not trust the phone, the TV, or anything else. Go in person. There's nothing. They used to have something called a face-to-face interview, a human in front of a human. Now they don't. They just do everything, you know, your doctor's appointment, the doctor's like, please don't come in. I don't need you to. Just tell me what's wrong and I'll send you the prescription. And he didn't see my fingers. He didn't see my toenails. He didn't see that my whole skin is dehydrated. He just heard what I said and said, okay, here's a fix. But I don't go for that. I know friendship. I know loneliness. I know people. I know men don't forgive. And ladies, if he's not going to forgive you on that particular category, you should know the categories that he says, listen, there's no negotiation if you do A, B, or C. And you tell him, oh, okay, no negotiation either if you do A, B, or C. They don't like that. But I'm not worried about her. Because a real friend is going to find your sister. Police is going to find you. No.
So let me ask you this. So okay. So the audience is challenging you though, one journey. They're saying just like how just as how Daniel basically went to the restaurant daily to assist Amber with what she had going on when the restaurant was low, to cheer her up. They would have expected, now that she's going through this now, she would have at least contacted Daniel. Are we saying then that it is that, she was, I'll
You
let you
can't
get in.
expect
Go ahead. Mhm.
that what happened in the past is going to be in the present. She
Okay.
hasn't done that. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, divorce is an
Mm-hmm.
embarrassment. It
Mm-hmm.
is a shame. It also is very stressful, and she's chosen not to. You hear she's going through a divorce, get in your
Mm-hmm.
car. It's Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
We all get in our car, and we always have shoes in our car and emergency stuff. Why? Because we have no mass transportation. So I don't know why Dominique
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any shoes in her car. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in New York, we all carry two shoes. We have our
Mm-hmm.
street shoes, we have our office shoes. So why?
Mm-hmm.
No, go find your friend.
Okay.
That should have been a
Go.
red flag for her to go find your friend. What? It's silly. Silly woman sitting at home. Oh, she doesn't talk to me anyone. Then they're in depression. That's nonsense. Go find her. Find her and tell her off. And tell her, don't you ever do this again. You make sure you call me. Something.
Mm-hmm.
But just swallowing what her husband says, she's in trouble. That Ben is going to have a new dance for
Mm-hmm.
her. And trouble has entered her home and she's unaware.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
That's all.
Nanya. You're getting into it, Nanya. Go ahead. You're responding.
No, when it happened, I actually agree
Mm-hmm.
100% because when you are going through a divorce, you don't
Mm-hmm.
know which emotion roller coaster you're going to
Mm-hmm.
be on. There are times you don't want to even pick up the phone and you don't pick it
Mm-hmm.
up. There are times where pick up the phone and call
Mm-hmm.
somebody, really?
Mm-hmm.
You're embarrassed, you're hurt, you're angry, you may throw it. If
Mm-hmm.
my friend cared about me that much,
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
would get in the car. They would drive over. They would make sure I didn't off myself or something. Okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
Amber's situation is something I could never deal with.
Ooh,
But
Mm-hmm.
just knowing what
Mm-hmm.
that feels like, it is a total embarrassment
Mm-hmm.
because most people know that you've married an idiot and
Mm-hmm.
they probably told you and you didn't believe them. But
yeah.
be that as it may, if
Mm-hmm.
she's not calling you, there's a reason.
Yeah.
And if you're her
Mm-hmm.
friend, you don't listen to somebody say, well, that's your friend. Why didn't she call you? Maybe the woman wasn't in the mental state to call.
Yeah.
So get in your
Mm-hmm.
car, go over there, go to her job, and make sure she's okay. That is what a girlfriend does. They don't sit there
Let
and
me
cry about you not calling on the phone. We're not 15 years old. No, that's not how that works. Grown
sit
women don't
tight,
have
Nanya.
to.
I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. But people may say, because I'm gonna give you the challenging questions, and I'm gonna come up to you next, Sharon, because you need to get and you need to get Sharon, to get Sharon. So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit with that in terms of with the calling. But people may
Mm-hmm.
say, and I'm gonna give it the next side of the audience because they're just questions that pop into mind. But the truth of the matter is, number one, she's talking to Dave right now. So in other words, really and truly, Dave hasn't gone to her. She's gone to Dave to basically talk about the divorce. That's one. Number two, Daniel already knows that basically Amber has been going through issues with Anthony. In fact, Daniel is one of the persons who gave Amber said information as far as the accounts are concerned.
Well,
So
yeah.
basically, and at that time, Daniel thought that Amber was going to get a divorce. She just didn't get one. Okay, so in other words, they're going to say that really and truly, Daniel has been around there. So the question is, how do you respond to that? Respond to that piece.
The answer that I have to that is that there
Mm-hmm.
is a valley of a difference between
Mm-hmm.
when you decide, yes, I want to
Mm-hmm.
get a divorce, and when you
Mm-hmm.
actually go and file those papers. When you
Mm-hmm.
file those papers and that spouse is served,
Mm-hmm.
you have come into another zone.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. It is
Okay.
not just, I want a divorce, da 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 da. It is, I have filed for a
Mm-hmm.
divorce. We are going to court.
Mm-hmm.
So you go from level 1 to level 5
Mm-hmm.
instantly. And when you get to level 5, O'Neill, it's probably a good thing she's got a Dave to talk to. She has no girlfriends. Who's she going to trust? Nobody. There's nobody for her to talk to. And so she talks to Dave, and they like each other. Okay, that's fine. But the fact that she didn't call Danielle, oh no, that's little girl stuff. When your girlfriend is going through a divorce and you don't hear from her, get in your car and go check on her. I don't care if she says, I don't want to talk to you. You go do a welfare check.
So let me ask you this question. So I'm going to run at you again, because I'm saying again, look, you're gonna get these dropbacks, because is it that this is people going out to reach out, and maybe you're internalizing it? Is it that people reach out to Amber? The only people that should reach out to her is everybody else, because basically Ernestine didn't reach out to her. She basically reached out to Ernestine to talk to
Who takes
Ernestine.
Ernestine seriously? Ernestine is still in delusion about her getting a divorce. Period. Ernestine doesn't even believe it. But honestly, when you go through those emotions, O'Neill, when I tell you there are days you cannot pick up that phone, you don't want to pick up that phone. If you're talking to Dave on the phone and you're calm, you're having a nice conversation, do you really think you're going to pick up the phone next and say, hey, Danielle, I'm getting a divorce? And Danielle's going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? But, you don't want to come from here and go all the way down to the bottom. If your friend, and I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to leave it here. If your friend cares about you, they will come to your job and they will do a welfare check, period, point blank.
To check up on. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna stop right there. Give me a couple comments. Mommy with the super chat says Amber may be worried that Danielle will tell her business to Ben. Someone says, to be honest, I wouldn't want to talk to Danielle right now or any of her girlfriends. Honestly, they don't have any answers. The fact that Amber didn't tell Danielle that she's getting a divorce speaks volumes. Good night, everyone. Good night. Ben and Dan stopped going to the gym. So, well, I think that's probably Aunt. Danielle should go to the restaurant to go see Amber. Exactly, mommy. Someone else says, and of course, yes, what mommy says. Let's see. Ernestine is her cousin. She's not her cousin. She's not her cousin. They don't even bother her cousin. That cousin thing is opposite.
No.
They're not married. Ernestine and Jay is not.
They're friends.
Please, they leave it there. So them and a cousin left the little cousin outside. They try to get it in a family. Them and a family. This thing that I'm trying to work on for this, please spare only with that. But nonetheless, Ernestine is her cousin. That's what she has known for years, that she didn't even know Daniel like that. Did she read anyway? Okay, let me jump in some more comments. Yes, Daniel and Shayla would be the last people I would tell right now. They are just too close to the situation. All right, that's fair. Divorce is like a funeral. Someone says, if you wanted the money, you would have gone to divorce the first time. All right, then let me get a couple more in here, and then let's see. Miss Fatal says, when I went through my divorce, I had friends calling each other and discussing it who had never even thought to call me. Not everybody is there to hear the good news. Some want the gossip. But, well, let me ask this though, Miss Fatal. Would a person like Daniel, you think a person like Daniel is just there for the gossip though? Sharon reviews, is a person like a person, wait, oh, Mr. Mega make Shaman respond, and then Sharon. A person like Daniel, Shaman, is Daniel coming there just for some gossip?
No, but we are missing a very vital point.
Tell me I miss.
Anthony has not told Ben that he was served divorce papers. So nobody knows that they're actually getting a divorce. Remember what Ben said to Daniel a couple weeks ago? Anthony told me that Amber asked for a divorce.
Right, but we're also, so the audience is also saying that neither Daniel doesn't even know that either.
Exactly. So neither Daniel or Ben knows that the papers were filed and Anthony was served, because Ben did not say to Daniel, Anthony was served divorce papers. All Ben said that Amber asked Anthony for a because when they were talking about the divorce, and he said, "Oh yeah, no, Anthony would ask Amber for a divorce," and he said, "No, Amber was the one who asked Anthony for the divorce." And she said, "When did you know this?" And he said, "A couple of weeks ago." And he said, "You know this, and you did not say anything to me." So they are both not in contact with the Daltons. You understand what I'm saying?
I see part of your thing, but I want to challenge on the next part. I'm saying on this is what I'm saying. I get the paperwork hasn't been filed, and she hasn't mentioned about the paper. Anthony mentioned he's been served, but Anthony at least said, "Hey, she's asking for a divorce." Where in Daniel's case, hold on, in Daniel's case, no one has told her that them even asked for a divorce. That's the difference.
No, they didn't know, because Amber asked Anthony, and she was just talking and talking and talking. So we did not even know that she even made up her mind about it. And when she asked Anthony, that's the time when Anthony went and told Ben that Amber asked for a divorce. The same day Amber asked Anthony for the divorce, I think it was in the morning or something, and he went and he told Ben. You remember when he was driving around and he and Ben went to have a drink or something? That was weeks ago. He has not told Ben that the papers were filed. So now that the papers are filed, Ben doesn't know that. So
doesn't know that.
They don't know anything that is happening with the Dalton. So whatever Ben is saying is what Anthony told him many moons ago about the divorce. So Daniel should not even feel bad, because Ben and Anthony are friends from 19 when, and Daniel just met Amber, and Anthony has not told Ben that he received the divorce papers were filed. He got them. He was served. So Daniel shouldn't even feel bad.
She shouldn't feel bad. All right, sit tight. Sit tight.
Yeah, she should just sit tight and wait.
Hold on, I've got something for you guys, because you don't know only you know. I want you to listen to this.
It was fun. Okay. What's up? You okay?
Yeah.
D. What? What's going on?
Wow.
You know, I thought about everything that you said earlier. And I texted Amber like 5 times. And I called her twice, so I was crazy. But she never got back to me, and
Let me just stop right there, sir. So basically, she has tried to reach out.
Yeah, she tried. Amber don't want to talk to nobody.
Thank you, Shaman.
So,
thank you.
Okay, so say that, but a while ago we were just saying that basically she wasn't trying to do due diligence, and now I'm trying to show y'all Daniel has been trying to talk to her. So
but
now
why
it's
don't
fine
you go
for
to
you
the restaurant? Why she don't go to the restaurant to see her then?
We start moving goalposts again. That means that Amber
No,
really have no
no. I'm not moving no goalposts. Okay.
No, that's what we said in the beginning. O'Neill, we're not moving anything.
My thing is okay. So she's calling Amber. She knows that Amber knows that Ben and Anthony are friends. Why doesn't Daniel go to the restaurant and said, "Look, I'm calling, I'm whatever, and you're not answering"? Amber don't know why Daniel might even don't want to talk to Daniel. Suppose Daniel is calling to say, Anthony. Remember, Anthony was asking everybody the first time to talk to Amber. Chase, Candice, everybody was begging them to talk to Amber to come back to him. Suppose it's that Amber's thinking that this might be another thing that he's asking Daniel to talk to me, because Daniel and Ben are close. They don't know what is happening. So she don't want to talk up to anybody that might have some influence from Anthony to talk to her.
Sharing reviews, I'm gonna get in here. Let me read some comments. I think Daniel is uncontrollable because her situation. Look, lashed out on Shayla when Amber was telling her no. She's been talking to Shayla and Dave just fine. Daniel talks too much. He's always telling Ben that they're married and he should be telling her everything. I'm glad that Amber hasn't called her. She would just tell and tell Anthony. Okay. Only Daniel connected to Anthony via Ben. Honestly, Ben needs to worry about Abigail asking for money. Yes, Daniel got it with her husband. And if Melissa tells her sister, oh, well, it's a business trip, I wish everybody stopped talking about Amber going to sleep with Dave. Okay, at this point, someone else says Amber won't sleep with Dave, but Anthony will accuse her of doing it. Someone says the only reason Anthony told Ben is because he's hid his money. He has to give him a heads up before the attorney start requesting his assets. Someone else says, what is Ben's deal about Amber Abigail sucked him dry? And he's skinning and grinning in our face. Ben and his corny wife need to leave town. But this week, Ben like he knew a lot more, because why did he call her a gold digger if he didn't know Amber filed? Then someone says if Amber goes to Charlotte for the business trip, Iman was on a business trip too, laid up in the hotel with Delicia this morning. Someone else says, let me see. Get some comments. Give me a couple minutes, moderators. Let me get what the people them say. I bet the whole chat, if Amber cheats with Dave, the fans are going to shadow ban me. Someone says, Amber has been to the restaurant twice since Dave. Someone else says Amber hasn't talked to her sister Amanda either, but that's not an issue. Amber has not talked to most people because they've had her tied to Shayla and her groupie friends. All of a sudden, she wants to talk to Amber. Daniel, move around. Ben is doing business with Abigail again. Let's see if I have any more comment on here. Mommy Derry, the super chat. Mommy, thank you for the super chat. Mommy did say Amber may be worried about Daniel will tell Ben her business. Sharon, I'm gonna get you in here, and I'm gonna say again, right? This is what only is. Let me make sure I put this in before Sharon reviews. Because Sharon reviews, you have the floor after this. This is what I'm gonna do. When I just said, well, couldn't Amber have called Daniel? When I said no, I asked from what y'all are saying. When I said no. And then the reasonings that were given were that, well, Amber may be going through a tough time, which I don't think is what it is, but I think so. It's fine. No worries. I give you an honest opinion. I don't think that's what it is. I think she just, sure, is she fed up? She's fed up, but she tends to be very everybody else except Anthony at this point in time. She can talk to anybody else. She does. That's what I've been seeing her doing, including Shayla. Basically, she's still doing, get advanced with Shayla. Nonetheless, I'm going to leave that to the side. I'm going to put that to the side since I've only complained about Shayla. Then we mentioned the other little spots and one of the things that was said was, well, she could actually check on her girlfriend and call her girlfriend. Now we find out that Daniel has out. Now, I believe that Amber could have answered the phone. This is my take on it. I'm not going to pick up for the Amber character because I realize that, in other words, okay, this is what I'm getting from it. I'm getting a bit of a moving as if there is no fault on Amber's part for picking up the phone. You can pick up the phone and say, hey, whatever it is, I'm doing well, and divulge as little information as possible. You could also do that. But if you're not answering the phone, this is what my take is. My take is that maybe because Amber has been this busy with Dave, and Dave is connected to Melissa, and Melissa is connected to Daniel, she's not answering the phone. Sharon reviews.
Okay, so I get the top one, eh? Okay, so Amber could have easily picked up the phone, yes. But like how she loved to run her mouth, I guess she doesn't want to feel bad. Plus, Danielle is Ben's wife, and she have to be careful of what she says around Daniel because the information will go back to Ben and then it will go to Anthony. So this is why I think that is why she haven't picked up the phone, and she don't want nobody to tell her, asking her a question that she don't have answer to or she don't want to say. And but that and another thing is, if you have a friend and you're calling your friend and she's not answering or he's not answering, you can go and do a wellness check. Sure. You know what I mean? To me, it's like she's just calling, her husband mentioned it and then she's gonna call Amber so she can go back and tell him. what you know. And when Amber
Sit
didn't,
tight.
then
Let me come in. Let me come in on a little bit sharing reviews. I
mhm.
want challenges like I'm a challenger the moderators. Them. So again, so if sure she don't want to divulge any information, but the question is this: couldn't she have also just said, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to talk about it, but I'm good." Isn't that also a response? Because that's also a response. They can respond. The thing the excited audience will say is, "Well, how is she talking to Shayla about this divorce?" Right? When and Shayla also somewhat connected to Anthony because you know Shayla basically and Anthony share whatever it is. So isn't Shayla in Daniel's position just the same? The question.
Exactly, you're correct. You know something? It just occurs to me. Amber is playing. What you call that? Is it chess?
She appear chess?
I think that's the word. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology I should use.
Mm-hmm.
Because why doesn't she wants to talk to Daniel? And why
Mm-hmm.
she's still talking to Shayla? That's a great point. And
Mm-hmm.
what just occurred to me is this.
Mm-hmm.
Amber, although she's telling Shayla to take Anthony, she don't want him. And then she's
Mm-hmm.
telling Ben, oh, she's divorced
Mm-hmm.
or whatever there. What if Amber actually wants her marriage and she wants for once Anthony chooses her? So maybe that is why she's not talking to Daniel right now because she doesn't know what she wants right now. Or maybe she just
Mm-hmm.
don't want to talk to Daniel because Daniel makes you feel ashamed and embarrassed
Mm-hmm.
about the situation of taking Anthony back. So maybe when she tells her, says, okay, I'm getting a divorce, she says, I told you so and whatever, and she don't want to hear it. Maybe she just don't want to hear what other people has to say. But at the end of the day, is I with the Shayla situation, as I said, she misses Shayla. Shayla was
Mm-hmm.
like a sister to her, and of course they're rebuilding the friendship. But she's
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep Shayla at an arm's length. But I'm still puzzled about her not accepting Daniel's call. Why is she ignoring it? And and I can't fathom why as yet. And the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I could think of is that because she is close to Ben and Ben is Anthony's friend and she doesn't want. It's different. It's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shayla is a different thing. She knows how to keep her mouth shut. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
with Danielle,
Does
she
she?
would divulge more to her because she says Danielle is more of a friend to her. And for
Mm-hmm.
her not telling Danielle, because if she
Mm-hmm.
sees Danielle, maybe she'll just break down and just says this is what happening. And Danielle maybe go back and tell Anthony, and she doesn't want that. So she's just waiting to see if that only Anthony signs the divorce paper. If he
Mm-hmm.
signs it, then maybe she'll talk to Danielle. But
Mm-hmm.
because Anthony's not signing, although she's telling him to sign, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think Amber he wants that divorce as she's making it seems. Because if you're really over, because Nania says a divorce is like death. When you're over a
Mm-hmm.
person, you're over a person. So
And
there
dead.
are clues that Amber is not 100% over this marriage because she was looking forward for a gift from Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're divorcing somebody, you don't want that. And if you're done, if Anania says if you're done, Amber has her money. She sold the property that she bought. She
Mm-hmm.
has her ear business and her skincare line coming up. She could just walk
Mm-hmm.
away and just ask the lawyer, I just want the restaurant. Give me the
Okay.
restaurant. That's what, if I was Amber, that's what I would have asked. If I want my peace, I'm choosing me, as she said. And for her to race over to the house to confront Anthony, that
Mm-hmm.
shows me that there's still feelings there for Anthony. And I think she wants, for once, Anthony choose her over everybody else. She needs her husband to choose her. So maybe if she see Anthony start doing little things like her birthday, then she'll say,
Mm-hmm.
okay. he's learning and whatever. But honestly, I think the reason why she's not answering that phone because she's not
Mm-hmm.
100% done with Anthony yet. If she was
See,
100% finished with Anthony, she would have answered
mm-hmm.
Daniel call. And she would have just tell her, yes, I'm getting a divorce and whatever. And if Daniel so care about Amber, she would have gone by
Mm-hmm.
the restaurant to find out what's going on with Amber.
So quick question, quick question. Somebody out chat says this is what they believe it is. Daniel holds her accountable, Shayla co-signs whatever. Just like
Yes,
Shana's situation.
yes. Yes, Daniel holds her accountable, and she does not like that right now because Daniel will see right through Amber, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want her to tell her, and she don't want to hear anything from them, from
Mm-hmm.
her, because as
Mm-hmm.
Daniel will call it out, and then with Amber, she will be. I don't think she'll be able to keep her mouth. She'll be honest with Daniel because she says she takes Daniel for a friend, but more than over Shayla.
More than Shayla. Mommy
Yes.
says in a super chat, Mommy says, as much as I despise Shayla, different. Daniel just entered the picture. Daniel has been very judgmental. So which one of those you're going with? One person, Brittany, is saying Daniel's are accountable, Shayla co-signs whatever, so she'll stay around Shayla. While Mommy is saying basically it's a little bit different because basically Daniel just entered the picture. Daniel is judgmental. Which one of those you're
Daniel,
going with? Is Daniel too judgmental? Maybe that's the question.
yeah, I think she's too judgmental. Maybe that is why Amber is not answering the phone. With Shayla,
Mm-hmm.
she knows Shayla, so she knows, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Shayla knows her and she knows Shayla. So
Mm-hmm.
she's safer with Shayla. But with
She's
Daniel
safer.
judging her, because remember, when she told her about the situation with the
Yes.
baby and
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, she says, and you stayed with him, you know what I mean? And then she got
Mm-hmm.
mad at Anthony, and that Amber got angry at Anthony and say, um, what did she say when she got mad at Anthony? When she asked him for a divorce, that he embarrasses her. She
Mm-hmm.
felt embarrassed with people asking her all these things. You know what I mean? People
Mm-hmm.
says, and you take him back and you still stayed with him after he slept with your
Mm-hmm.
best friend and have a kid by your best friend. So yes, so Danielle is judgmental. So maybe that is why she's not answering the phone. But with Shayla, she knows what she gets.
She knows she gets. Okay. Shaman, get right
Yeah.
into it for me, please. Get into it. Get into it. Go on.
Okay, I've been
Run it,
thinking
Shaman.
about
Run it.
I've been thinking about what
Mm-hmm.
everybody is saying, and Sharon
Mm-hmm.
has a point. Whereas, remember,
Mm-hmm.
Daniel don't like Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think Amber wanted Daniel to be so involved in her business that she
Mm-hmm.
might be taking back stuff to Ben, which will eventually get
Mm-hmm.
back to Anthony. So I think that is one of the reasons why Amber is keeping Daniel
Mm-hmm.
out of it right now. Maybe when everything is
Mm-hmm.
settled, I think Amber was hoping that Anthony would have signed the papers already. I don't think Amber thought Anthony would be going on and on and on and not want to sign. So Amber was thinking a quick divorce and everything would be fine. So now the divorce is not looking like it's going to be quick, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
she was hoping that it would be quick enough that she would still have her friends, they would be kikiing and doing all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Amber wants Daniel to be in her business of regarding her, because Daniel is judgmental. And we have to agree with that. She is. She went off on Anthony like Anthony was her husband and not Amber's. So all of that Amber is trying to avoid. Maybe she don't want Daniel to be going off on Anthony again regarding Amber is right to divorce you and all of that. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
Amber is just trying to avoid all of those things. So maybe that's why she's not talking to Daniel right now, because yeah, she's judgmental.
So let me challenge you again, Shaman, before I get one journey into it and then Nanya into it. So again, is Shayla safer than Daniel?
Shayla, yes, in terms of, because Shayla will agree with anything right now. Right
So
now,
she's
when
safer.
she will deflect, Shayla will deflect. You know, Shayla will deflect. You ask
But we
Shayla
also
a
know,
question. Huh?
but we also know that Shayla will go back and report to Anthony, which she has done
She,
multiple times.
yeah, but she is not okay. Amber know what to say around Shayla. Shayla is not going to go off on Anthony like Daniel will go off on Anthony, like what she did the last time at the restaurant. Amber don't have to even say anything to Daniel. Just the fact that she has asked him for a divorce and he doesn't want to sign the paper. Daniel will have a problem with that. So she will go off on Anthony and ask him, why you're not signing the paper, blah, 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 because she thinks she's this great friend to Amber. And she thinks she wants Amber to be happy. So she will take Amber's side any day of the week over Anthony because as far as I'm concerned, she does not like Anthony.
Right.
So Shayla on the other hand, she couldn't care less. She just want to know she's getting what she's getting and Kai is happy and all of that. She's fine.
So Charmaine, so I've sent you a text and I've asked you, Charmaine, is everything good? Couldn't you at least respond and say, yeah, I'm okay?
Yeah, but I don't know if she just sent her a text and asked her if everything is good. Maybe what she asks is about the divorce. Why you didn't tell me that you asked Anthony for a divorce? Do you think she's only going to send a text to say, are you good? As soon as Ben Ben told her that she asked Anthony for a divorce, she get on her phone and said, I'm going to call her right now. She was not going to call her to ask her if everything is good. She's going to call her, ask her about the divorce. And maybe Amber doesn't talk about it with her.
Let's just say I call you and I do all of what you're saying. Couldn't you at least respond by saying,
yeah, but Amber maybe don't
I will talk to you about it soon?
Maybe she doesn't. Why would she respond and say, I'll talk to you about it soon? That means you're ignoring her just the same of let her form whatever opinion in her mind. Maybe her phone is full. They can't accept any more messages. Or I have this thing where my messages disappear in 24 hours. So by the time I see some, they're gone already. So maybe she has one of that on her phone, so she doesn't message. So
she not answer nobody else except Dave.
Exactly. She's only talking to Dave. And then today she answered Anthony. I would just send him to voicemail, but
she talked to Ernestine. So she answered everybody else.
Yeah, if she'll talk to people who know of her situation. I don't think Daniel really know of Amber's situation that much to get, and I don't think Amber wants her to get so involved in everything because Daniel they just met. Maybe when I don't even think they're friends for 3 months now. They just met. And Danielle is still Ben's wife, who is Anthony's friend. So she don't know what will get back to Anthony in terms of Danielle saying something to Ben. So it's safer not to talk to her.
Not to talk with her. All right, no problem. I'm gonna get you in here. One journey. Give me a couple comments. Daniel call Anthony a cornball. Larksman, Amber has known Daniel for at least for just 2 minutes. Thank you for the super chat. It's simple. Daniel is very judgmental. Amber is being judged, and when she's doing wrong, remember how Shayla used to judge her. And she would win. Anthony is a weak man. Maybe you don't want to put Daniel in the middle. Yes, she's judgmental. Amber uses Amber has no something for Daniel because she wants Dave to keep Dave a secret. Amber told Ernestine not to tell anyone about Dave. Next comment says I think she feels like she will tell her husband and he will tell Anthony. I'm gonna keep going again. Yes, that's it. I'm sorry I can't stand Anthony. Sharon, I agree with you. She wants Anthony to pick her. I think Amber is trying to set boundaries. Everyone talking about kind of because she not set enough because Shayla still come around. You see, once Shayla around, it's argument off. Once Shayla's around, all of those arguments go through the window. You can't have Shayla in the same breath and she doing whatever it is. Truth be told, neither of them are worth being a friend. Someone else says, no, you're not being my friend if you don't tell me the truth. Someone says, no, this is in regard to, is Shayla safer than Daniel? Somebody says, Shayla, her only friend. I don't know about that. Plus, Daniel went back to bed and Amber is divorcing Anthony. So the dynamic of her common dynamic has changed. So the dynamics of her comment. Okay, that's that. Amber don't know Shayla because Shayla pulled wool over her eyes and have a baby with her husband. Sure, that's what I'm saying as well. One's well, what? Nobody else can start. Okay, let me see what else. It's is it 30 days yet? The 30 days thing doesn't matter, Steffi, because what happens is once the lawyer has responded to you, that
Correct.
30 days goes through the window. So all of that 30 days that people keep asking about, what the 30 days to see if you will respond. If your lawyer has responded to the next lawyer, the 30 days things come out the window. It's now a case. It come like I'm putting a motion against you and I'm giving a certain timeline to respond. Statute of limitation says you have 30 days to respond. If you don't respond in 30 days, we'll make a judgment. If I've responded to you within the 30 days, then all of that goes through. Just understand the 30 days thing that they were talking about before. That take that out on the mind. Miss Fatal, the super chat says, thank you for the super chat, Miss Fatal. Why would you grab on drowning person to save you when you're drowning? Daniel needs to heal herself. She's not the one to call. Then Daniel was Amber's best friend before she met Dave. I think so too. I still don't get it. Putting her with no shoes on. Oh, you mean okay, y'all are talking about Dominic. Put out our backside. They should have more than that. That girl need to put out a door for a long time.
There is a skit with her tonight that the neighbor had to restrain her.
Look never me put out because would have her out. Would you have gone out differently? But anyways, we're talking about Dominic. Don't get me upset with Dominic. Because no mistake when it comes to Dominic. I've been I want to stomach. She wants to tell Shayla nothing about Dave. If you want to get me riled up, talk about Dominic. Shayla is not safe. She will tell Anthony, if the papers are not signed within a certain amount of days, well, the divorce papers go in front of a judge. Okay, so signing the papers, he can refuse to sign the papers, and then it starts a court action. That's what happens with that. So
but he refused to sign it now, so it starts a court action.
Right. That's what it is. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna let you. Let me just read a couple of comments. I'm gonna get them in. Amber, tell everyone her business. Simply, yes, the marriage has been over. Shayla hasn't changed at all, and she will tell Amber what's on her mind. Shayla doesn't bite her tongue when it comes to Amber. And then the final comment I'll take is, do not disturb Daniel. Basically, them have Daniel from blocking. Say what you're saying, Shaman.
Okay, Sharon said something and somebody commented that Amber wants Anthony to pick her. But how can Amber want Anthony to pick her and she's not getting in line for Anthony to pick her? Every time Anthony's saying anything to her, she is bashing him and talking down to him and all of that. That is not how you allow yourself for somebody to pick you.
To be picked.
Choose you.
Well, that's how it's a bitter. That's how it's a bitter.
Exactly.
Right?
So she has to change. I'm an Amber supporter, so I want everybody to know that I'm declaring my hands. I stand 10 toes down, 7 days a week, two times on Sunday. But
9 days.
But Amber can't be saying she wants Anthony to pick her and she's not aligning herself for Anthony to pick her. You understand what I'm saying? She's bitter. Anthony called her today, and even if she just said to him, okay, Anthony, I'm busy now. I can't go to any restaurant with you. But the thing she was saying, I don't want this and that. She's not aligning herself for Anthony to pick her. So when in another 5 years or in another 10 months, when is she going to be ready for Anthony? She's not ready for Anthony to pick her right now. So when is she
just
going
not
to be
Dave
ready?
to pick her now? A Dave she want to pick her right now.
Exactly.
Don't put any words in my mouth. But Sharon was saying that Amber just want Anthony to choose her for once, to pick her for once. No, Amber is not behaving that way. That is not how she's behaving, like she wants somebody to pick her. She's behaving like she wants to be free. She wants Anthony to sign the papers and set her free. That's the way she's behaving. I don't know what's in her heart because I can't see what's in her heart, but she's not behaving. Her action is not matching her words then.
Okay, makes sense. But one journey I'm getting you in. I want to read
Okay.
comment from Mommy. I'm gonna give you this comment. Mommy says all of this goes back to privilege. Daniel, you just met Amber. Just because you gave some advice doesn't make us besties.
Check, check.
You got the floor now. Wondering whatever you want to respond to. We've said
Uh,
a lot of
uh,
things. Go ahead.
um, I said check, check. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Danielle, she's sitting back waiting for a call, and she needs to take action. She hasn't taken action,
She
and
has. She called.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying she has. She called. She called and she left a text, but Amber
Well,
hasn't
that's
responded
only
to her.
one action. A phone call is not enough. I mentioned this earlier. When friends do
Mm-hmm.
face to face, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We kind of know our schedules or where
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be. Like I know what happens on Wednesday at 8 p.m. and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I've already fixed my schedule. But you
Mm-hmm.
can't just lay around and fantasize, oh, why are you not calling me back? You have to be proactive and
Mm-hmm.
take care of that friend. She's not taking care of that friend. And she's also in her own war, and she's
Mm-hmm.
unaware the enemy has landed on her footsteps, including her husband, making a deal with his ex wife that she knows nothing about, including her husband and his crew that might put her
Mm-hmm.
little behind in jail. So, it is what it is. I'm not worried about the call back because I'm going to my friends. They'll say I don't hear from them. We're about to call the police. Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
say we're going to call the police. So no, nobody, no black person wants a police knocking on their door. You can't
Mm-hmm.
call nobody. When I hear from you again, we're going to tell you this. Me, I call the cops. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work with me. None of that. Amber's behavior, I don't think she want to behave with Anthony, would choose me because all he's going to do is call Pastor and put together another agreement on a fake wedding. That's all he's going to do. She give him an inch. He's going to call Pastor Chris, and we're going to be back at the altar again. So this time,
The altar.
so this,
The altar.
so
You're
this
saying them
time,
have
and in
speed
all
dial.
honesty, and in all honesty, I don't have a side. I want to stand with truth and justice. I want to have good balance. Because you know what? No one has clean hands, and everybody has to want change. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that Amber is saying, I want change. Man, I don't want to be divorced. I do love him, but I'm not getting it right back. There's
Mm-hmm.
no, the reciprocation is
Yeah.
off. And if
Mm-hmm.
I give him an inch and go to that dinner with him, next thing you
Not a
know, Pastor
chaos.
Chris is at our door. And we back on this thing again. So how many times you gonna be married, Amber? How many times? But like I said, the only concern that I have is she's learning to be swift to hear and slow to speak
Mm-hmm.
because she hasn't told anyone but you know who, which is
Mm-hmm.
Ernestine. And Ernestine only comes around to with double H questions and to find out other people's business, not really to build Amber in any way or even build herself. Now you're a
Mm-hmm.
principal, and they're going to find out you were shaking your booty down at the little place, And the teachers are finding out who she is. They're investigating. They're like
You
the three
realize?
detectives. They're going to find out that she was shaking it. hmm Yep. And she even had private clients. So what I'm saying is, Danielle, shake yourself, be a woman, and go see about your friend. That's all. That's what women do. We get in the car, we threaten you, and that's it. If you don't show up to cycle class, that's it. We'll be at your door. Okay? So
That's jiggity.
I can't do nonsense, and I'm not picking a side because I want to stay fair.
Neutral.
And one thing that Nanya always says, we got to look out for double standards. You
Mm-hmm.
got to really have an eye out what's fair, what's not fair. A man has already told you his rules. And when you hear a man's rules, one thing about a man when you interview him, he's really very honest. Baby, I just want to kick it with you. Can we just kick it?
Most
Can we
times,
just
most times. Some of
Netflix and
them, some of
chill?
them,
Can we just da 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 da? But I'm just saying, the more you learn to interview, a woman cannot go anywhere. I don't care if she's married. I don't care if she's 65, without a
True.
man wanting to approach her and give his song or give his rap or his spiel. You married, so what's wrong with that? We can still have a good time. Man, I should knock you over the head. But what I'm saying to you is, she's learning. I'm very proud of her because she's learning at least a little bit. She's not learning that much, but she was careful with Ernestine today and not saying too much. And
Okay.
I'm still waiting for her to grow up, but I
Mm-hmm.
think her growing up is going to be the judge not giving her what she was expecting because she hasn't learned to to keep the right
Keep
company.
yourself.
Beware the company
Mm.
that you keep, okay? Because
Yeah,
every company can not be good for you. They
exactly.
cannot enjoy the fact that you're thriving, and you're
Mm-hmm.
still running with Shayla. Oh, I would not be running with my
Mm-hmm.
husband's toy. It's
Side
not
piece.
happening. I don't care if it was a cousin. I don't care if it was my mama. No, we're not running together anymore. We're just gonna say, like, I can't remember the character. We're gonna say, "May the Lord watch between me and thee," while we're absent from one another, because we will forever have beef. Not hatred, but we will forever have beef. And
Have
I'm not
beef.
going in your house. I'm not meeting you for lunch. And I may have to be on the same board of directors with you because we're all older now, and these kids want you to be on their board of directors because you get a tax write-off and all that, and you come with
Mm-hmm.
wisdom. You know what I mean? However,
Mm-hmm.
no, I would not be in her face, not one day. I would not even be sharing a pie. Get to the point,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm moving on. No, you don't get to be in my space anymore. And I don't want you to think I'm being hatred or whatever. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
put my fence
I'm
up,
with you.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. But I'm not gonna be nasty or rude to you, but I don't need to be
Right.
in your space. And this podcast, I um I don't want her to be hurt in the podcast, publicly hurt. I don't want any woman to have to face that kind of public disgrace because they don't forget. The rappers
Mm-hmm.
leave their women and children, and another rapper
Mm-hmm.
slips in his bed. He stays for 6 months. Then another
Mm-hmm.
rapper comes and sleeps in her bed. She's looking at
Mm-hmm.
financial protection, but all they wanted to do was test to see what's going on with the cookie and why was he there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to be ran train on. And like I said, I have no problem with the trip, with the business trip Amber's going on. I just need to make sure she's smart enough to say, who can I take with me from my company? That is, take Shauna. I would definitely take Shauna. Shauna needs to go somewhere. Give her options. Uh, just do something. But I would not roll by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's new territory, and businesses don't do that. They always give you a +1 because they know two is better than one. And in
Mm-hmm.
a company of two, you have more strength, you have evidence, you have observation, and even on business trip, people are banging on your door, and you're like, "Yo, I'm not part of that. Go downstairs to the bar." You get me? So that's it. But I had a lovely time tonight. It is 11 p.m. Eastern
It's
time.
late. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give Nanya the last word. Nanya, get your last words in there. Anything you want to
Thank you.
respond to, Nanya, before we head off?
Just a little bit.
Go ahead.
First thing, Pastor Chris didn't even go to check on Amber when it first
Yes.
happened. He talked to Anthony. That was it. I have no use for Pastor Chris. Number two, Anthony is over there with his other family
Yeah.
for whatever reasons. He can cry
Mm-hmm.
a river. I do
Mm-hmm.
not see Amber as a pick me. I see Amber as somebody who wants to be cut loose of a man who does not like her.
Yeah.
Amber feels Anthony doesn't like her. She wants
Mm-hmm.
out. If she gets desperate enough, she will ask for a settlement and she will leave. I don't see her sitting there forever expecting to get 50%. If you want out, you want out. And maybe she feels she's got time before she leaves. Number 3, going with Dave. That double standard troubles me big time. You can talk about hotel rooms. It doesn't make any difference. You can screw in the bathroom like Mike did Sonny and get pregnant on a boat dock. Okay? So that you can do that anywhere. Number 3, her telling Ernestine was probably the safest person to tell because Ernestine hates Anthony. She's not going to say anything to Jay because she doesn't like Jay right now. Shayla, she's keeping close, and I will stick to this. Shayla is being close. Shayla does not want Amber mad at her. And number 2, Shayla is going to be undressed at that podcast. Shayla doesn't know anything about Dave as far as her texting. So Amber is picking and choosing who she wants to disseminate information to. If you literally think about it, she's not telling anybody anything. The only person she's really talking to is Dave. And that actually bothers me because I'm wondering why Ben and Dave use the same words of actions are nothing basically without words. Now that troubles me.
Yeah.
That part. That troubles me. As far as Danielle, I'm with Mommy. They're not besties. They met for a moment. Danielle hates Anthony. So, but it doesn't surprise me that Amber is not picking up her phone calls and calling her back. And I'm not surprised. I wouldn't even answer my phone if it wasn't somebody I'd want to be bothered with, let alone make a phone call to her. And then as far as going on the trip, hey, if she goes on the trip and she does something she shouldn't do, then shame on her. Okay, then I'm going to change the way I feel about that. But I honestly think that Dave wants to see if Amber is going to stand 10 toes down and not give up her cookie. And that's what I think.
Well, that leaves us with a wonderful night. Thank y'all very much.
Neil, I have one question before we go. One question. Why Amber has not told her dad, they're close, that she has asked Anthony for a divorce and has also filed?
I don't think Amber wants to tell her dad until she gets the divorce, because the last time the dad came was about baby David, and he was ready to take Anthony's head off. So also, the last time Amber saw her dad was when Amanda lied.
No,
and
the
said
vow
Amber had
renewal.
all those boyfriends.
No, the
And
vow
Amber wasn't
renewal.
sleeping with anybody.
The vow renewal. He was at the vow renewal.
Well, he was there, but
Hey, that was the last time she saw
I
him.
didn't count that. I don't care.
You have to count that.
I
because
don't
that
count
was
vow
important.
renewals
That
in my
vow
life.
renewal was important.
I don't count. I don't see him as a father who I would run to tell
but they're
that I'm
close.
planning to
I'm
get.
just
Remember
wondering
the
why.
time he showed up and wanted to beat Anthony up?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
but
sorry. I just don't.
I'm still
He
wondering
has a
why.
girlfriend as young as Shayla. Let him stay over there
that's
with
still,
that woman.
That's still. I'm just wondering
Okay,
why.
and
she
that's
hasn't
all I
said
have to say.
anything. She has not said anything to Coco. She has not said anything to her dad. Why is that? There must be a reason. She does not want to talk.
Well, I guess we'll have to.
Those two people were at her
Those people.
renewal. So now she's
Why not those
divorcing.
two?
Huh?
You say why not? Why not talk to those?
Why she didn't? Why she has not
Maybe
said
she
anything?
doesn't want to tell them. I mean,
and I'm just.
Well, I'm not certain. I
I
will leave it here. I'm gonna have to leave. I don't know why as yet. I guess I'll have to keep looking through that little portion of things. I do that Dave's instrumental. Melissa is now going to come into the fray because clearly you can see that she's given a lot of shock value to the audience, and that's necessarily what they're looking for as far as you're concerned. But once the shock value comes in, then hey, you know, it's going to always be a thing. But I'm not going to hold the audience because I know they want to go watch the 30 skit. So, friends, thank you all very much for coming out. Thank you very much to Miss Sharon Reviews. Thank you very much to Miss Daniel Sis. Thank you for Goddess Lana coming in. Thank you very much for One Journey for being on the panel. And thank you to the Miss Charmaine for being on the panel. And we want to say a good night to you here from O'Neill TV. We appreciate you. We love the conversation. It's 2 hours, but it started to get pretty interesting because I think we went in some nice topics and all of that. Please watch the moderators' shows. They come on. You know them channel. Go into their channels and please watch the different things that they have. They come on each time of the day. So hey, y'all can look around. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all. Good night.
Welcome to the audio show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. Oh.